we're good.
Be like, Bussin' with the boys, hanging with the fellas, betting on a game. No woman's gonna tell us what to do, and I've been over here just drinking beer and making that noise. Baby, I'm hanging with the fellas, bussin' with the boys.
Bro.
Welcome to another episode of Bussin' with the Boys. This is episode 348. Spooktober is close. Spooktober Eve. Spooktober Eve right now as you're listening to this.
Yeah.
We are brought to you by the number one sportsbook in America, the FanDuel Sportsbook. Boys and girls, another week of NFL football means another shot at FanDuel's Thursday Touchdown Jackpot. You all know the drill. FanDuel's Thursday Touchdown Jackpot gives you a chance at a share of $2 million in bonus bets every single Thursday of the NFL season. It's 3 easy steps to take your shot. Just place an anytime touchdown score bet on the Niners-Rams game. Watch the game and see if your player scores the first or last touchdown. If they do score first or last, you'll win your bet and a share of the $2 million jackpot. And a secret step 4, tap into our live streams every Thursday and watch along with the boys. Just hit fanduel.com/bussin for more info. Gentlemen, we are here. Huge episode, huge interview with Zac Brown Band coming up. Spooktober is upon us. If you are tuned in watching us right now, listening to us, make sure you are following us and subscribe.
Please.
On all channels, at Bussin' WTB, on all social platforms. How we doing, brother? Hey, come on now.
Come on.
It's time.
It's ready.
It's here.
It is here. And I'm wearing the merch to show it off right now. Wednesday, 10 a.m. This merch drops right here. Got a hat. Got this fun shirt. Buddy, something about getting all your decorations ready by middle of September.
Yeah.
And looking at it and being like, I don't really want to look just yet because it's not time, but I'm happy it's done.
Yeah.
Because there's so much that goes on in the Lewan household about getting ready for the holiday season.
It's a marathon, not a sprint.
This is the Olympics. This is the torch being taken from one part of a country to another part of a country, and the torch is being passed and passed. This is the opening ceremony of the holiday season.
Yeah.
Because if you look, even if you look at the weather in Nashville, 80, 82, 83, Spooktober, and now all of a sudden 70s, couple of days where the lows are in the 50s. I heard there's a talk about some fog hitting up a little bit.
No.
The pumpkin-themed lattes and drinks coming out. Don't have to love them.
Don't have to love them. Get one because it's festive, and that's what you want to do. So for me, if I'm walking around and I'm feeling myself a little bit, and I see the leaves are starting to drop, and it's going to be a headache for the guys that have to rake those up in my yard. Like, buddy, we're here. From this point, 24 hours from now, if it's Tuesday, and you're sitting there being like, I'm so fucking fired up for Spooktober. We are too. From Wednesday to January 1st, nothing but excitement, nothing but hope and opportunity. Your team loses, guess what? Pumpkin spice latte. Your team wins, guess what? Pumpkin spice latte. Get 2 of them. And then, listen, the 31st hits, ghouls, goblins, and specters, they go down. They're now under 6 feet below. We'll see you next year type situation. Gobble, gobble, motherfucker. Got some turkeys coming up. All right. So from November 1 to that third weekend in November, that third Thursday in November, what are you doing? Getting some lights up, trying to be a little bit more respectful to Thanksgiving, knowing it's there, but you're putting some lights up, you're getting excited. And then you have friends, families, loved ones, acquaintances coming over to your house. For what? Football and gaining weight. After that, you spend the whole weekend doing what? Eating leftovers. Because guess what?
Sleeping.
Diet doesn't count on holidays. That's amazing. You hit that Monday running, guess who's holly and jolly? Everybody around. Doesn't matter what religion you are. Because you got a guy in the North Pole working his ass off with about 1 billion elves up there and 8 reindeers getting ready to get the fucking after it on December 24th. So boys, there's so much excitement, and it starts on Wednesday. It gets you going on Wednesday, and that's what's exciting. And if you want more exciting news, we got a watch party to watch the 0-4 Titans take on the 2-2 Cardinals this weekend.
Round of applause.
Round of applause.
Yes, the Brooklyn Bowl.
Brooklyn Bowl. And we're just getting more excited. Yeah, guess what? They suck. We're not good. We're not good. Okay, got that out of the way. Let's rip the Band-Aid off. Titans are bad. Cardinals probably not a whole lot better. They got a lot of injuries going on as well. They just lost Thursday Night Football versus the Seahawks. But we get to get together, bring a pumpkin spice latte.
What do you lean on when
Dress up. Why not?
Yeah.
Why not?
What do you lean on when the times are bad?
Tell me.
Vibes.
What can you do?
You can come to the Brooklyn Bowl and bring some vibes.
Right.
Bring some of that piss and vinegar that you're feeling inside and get it out at the Brooklyn Bowl this Sunday with the boys.
Oh, you live in Nashville and you're pissed off? There's traffic on Saturdays because Vanderbilt's good now, but on Sundays there's no traffic to be had because your Titans suck?
Oh.
Come get vibes.
Come get some vibes.
Brooklyn Bowl.
Yeah.
Be in it. And guess what? Bring me a pumpkin spice latte because I'll be exhausted. Because Friday morning, after a Thursday night stream on ESPN, I'll be flying back from Vegas. Friday morning, 7:30 a.m. flight. We're out of there to the West. Why? Because Daddy can't help it. It's been 2 months. I got to get the cards a little bit. Got a little power slap going. Little UFC 5 a.m. flight Sunday morning. For what? To get back to the Brooklyn Bowl. Get back to the vibes.
Watch party.
The watch party. And I know last time I went with Jared and everyone's like, is this now Jared's job and not Jack's? I'm taking them both.
Vibes will be high.
Does it make sense? No, it doesn't, but I'm taking them both. We're going to have a great time. And it all starts because of Spooktober.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude, I'm excited for the weekend. Finally having like a little moment to breathe a little bit. Wifey and I, we're going to hit a little staycation. Going to be getting a nap in. Going to be getting some mountain sessions in.
Oh.
Yeah. Got somebody watching the kiddo, so it's just going to be me and the wifey.
So mountain or mounting?
Mounting.
We'll be doing some, maybe both.
Mounting. Get the saddle out, honey. Get the saddle and the bridle out because it's going down.
Yeah.
Mounting.
Oh, it's going to be nice. Got a little spa day lined up.
Need that.
Need it.
Gotta have
Need it, bro.
Especially with the back the way it's at right now.
Yeah, yeah.
What's the game plan with the back? I am worried legitimately about the back.
I don't know, man.
Pray. When you have nothing, what do you have? Prayer.
Vibes.
Yeah.
Vibes and prayer.
It's just moments that just, I don't know. I don't
Dude,
know. I truly don't.
I just had a flashback to him screaming before the Dan landing. And I'm like, oh, he's about to drop a hammer on us. So what's about to happen? And it just pauses and, sorry, my back. It's okay, man. You got a bad back.
Fighting
All
through
right.
some spasms this week. I hope just gotta hope they can just calm down, bro.
You know why Will's got a bad back? Because he's got the whole state of Missouri on his back and he's got all of Nebraska Cornhuskers fan base on his back. And he carries that torch week in and week out, month in and month out, year in, year out. Eventually your back's going to give out a little bit.
You say as we're saying that, Sherm's typing up, get a masseuse in the office. I do have somebody coming through this week. Just got to find the pocket of time that it's going to happen for some stretching and some work
For you or for the boys?
for myself.
What about a masseuse or a chiropractor during the filming of The Locker Room?
I could hit up Dr. Foot. See if he wants to come through. I guess adjust the boys.
Yeah.
That'd be nice. I could always use a little adjustment.
Yeah. Everybody can use some adjusting in their life, man. But
Everybody
I need
can
some
have it.
deep tish. Some
Yeah.
deep tish going on. Just like Lamar Jackson needs some deep tish on that hamstring.
Yeah, because he's got some soft-ish right now.
There could be a lot of new viewers tuned in right now wondering what are the rules of Spooktober.
Yeah.
I know we will be leaning heavy into Spooktober. This bus will be decked out with the theme. We're not quite there yet.
Chomping at the bit. There's hundreds of supplies outside of this bus right now waiting to flood in, but we got to give September its due, knowing that we don't want to jump the gun a little bit. But if you want to dive into Spooktober, if you love Spook, you love the idea of the holiday season, everything we just painted for you, here's a good way to start your 31 Days of Fright, right? October, thing of the past. It's now referred to as Spooktober.
Yes.
That's number one. Now, this next one is going to be a bit of a deal, but if you time it out correctly, you have a good routine, you're going to be able to figure it out. Every day, just put something on a little spooky, okay? And it doesn't have to be a lot. You can go on YouTube and you can find yourself some fall night sounds as you go to sleep. And there's literally crackling a fire, a couple of coyotes or wolves in the background. Ooh, do something like that. If you want to go full into it, Conjuring's got a new movie out, Weapons. That's a nice one. You can watch any type of spook you want, whether it's, the B-rated movies that Delaney Walker likes, if it's rated R, PG-13 like The Ring, or go ahead, this is like Nickelodeon's. some Disney Channel original movie hocus pocuses type of thing. As long as you are embracing 31 Days of Fright and Spooktober every single day, then you're going to get everything you need out of it. Third, and this is for you. It's not for me. This is for you. Make sure you take a little time each week to do something festive, because it's going to fly by. We're going to get to January, February, and March where it's like depression season. Everyone's a little sad. The weather break. There's not a whole lot to look forward to. So go to a pumpkin patch. Get yourself that pumpkin spice latte. Hit a haunted house on Friday. My wife and I, every Friday in the fall, when the opportunity presents itself. She might be coming to Vegas with me as well. We might hit ourselves a nice little haunted house in Vegas. Who knows?
Halloween activity.
Halloween activity. And what's the last one, Will?
Buy the Spooktober merch at bwtb.com.
That's right.
That's per Chat GPT.
Yeah.
I asked it, hey, what are the rules of Spooktober?
I love that.
Popped right up.
ChatGPT, man.
It's official.
It's a new age.
That is official. That's legit.
Yeah, I didn't even know they did that. But bwtb.com. I'm wearing a hat right now, Spooktober. I'm wearing a shirt right now, it's Spooktober. We got a bunch of shirts over there that I did on the football recap for Monday and picked up. I'm not going to pick it up this time because it's a little far.
Yeah.
It's a little far for me right now.
We got some fun merch.
We got some
go
fun
buy
merch. If you're a For the Dads guy, if you're a PT6 individual, we got some cute ass Spooktober stuff.
Yes.
Big pup, little pup.
We
little jack-o'-lantern.
embraced it. We embraced it on our episode coming out as you're listening to this tomorrow morning. We embraced it a little bit. We talked about the rules. I popped on the old Bane mask.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, I read it. You
Final
did a
form, Willie?
couple Bane lines in there.
While we're here, let's check in on Will Compton's hairline. It's growing back fast. A lot faster than I was hoping.
It's like a yard in the summer, boys.
It looks fucking
Yep.
good.
Some patches of brown.
Yeah.
Other than that,
Yeah.
pretty green on the edges.
Yeah.
It's not bad.
Coming back strong.
Beard's
man.
coming back.
Yeah.
You're starting to look normal again.
Yeah.
I think
Might
this
have to
is
chop
new
it back
normal.
down.
What's that?
This could be the new normal. Let's see how the Huskers do
Nebraska.
this
No,
weekend.
yeah, Nebraska beats Michigan State. Is it at Michigan State?
No, it's at Nebraska.
Oh, you get that dub, you might have to bick it again.
Yeah. Might. No, everything's on the table.
Everything's on the table. Let's get into some Tier Talk. You guys have questions, comments, concerns. Use hashtag Tier Talk. We put it out every single week. Let's take a look at Shelby Rice, at Shelby S. Rice. If you could live in any TV or movie environment permanently, what would you choose? That's a fantastic question. I wish I knew that question before we started the show because I'm going to
Right.
take
So
a minute.
you could think about it.
Live in any TV or movie environment permanently, what would you choose?
Permanently.
Permanently.
You're stuck there. Harry Potter jumps out at me for Taylor. I'm just saying.
It's a great one. My kids are so about Harry Potter right now. We are being Harry Potter for Halloween this year.
For whatever reason, and I don't know why this popped in my head.
Okay, I'll
but
finish my sentence later.
I feel like being in Sky High would be kind of sick.
Sky High. What is Sky High?
Disney Channel original movie Sky High.
Just a high schooler, like it's like a superhero. All the high
Yeah.
schoolers have
Okay.
superpowers.
All right.
It's a fun question.
It's a fun question.
Jurassic Park comes to mind.
Yeah, nothing like running from prehistoric animals.
But
for your life.
permanently meaning
If we're
we're,
doing that,
not dying.
28
We're
days
not
later
dying.
sounds pretty good to me too. You know, constantly fearing for your life.
We're not dying.
How about the
We're
Quiet
not
Place?
dying.
Yeah.
Free Willy. Lion King. Do I get to be a lion?
Yeah. Water buffalo.
Severance.
That's a problem.
I mean, you're just saying these movies and like they're real animals. Like you do live in that world.
Right. You live in the world. So if we're doing Will's thing, give me the Quiet Place. Let me go sit there in silence the rest of my life. I'll learn sign language. My kids.
See, Quiet Place doesn't sound fun to me.
But Jurassic Park does.
Jurassic Park sounds fun to me.
On an island. And you're sitting there and you're in the environment, you're in the movie now, and you just know everyone's like, look how amazing this is. Oh, prehistoric. Oh, they're all gone, but now we have them back. And you're thinking to yourself, there's going to be a problem. Everyone's like, oh, Will, you're an idiot. There's no way you're going to be able to do this. And then all of a sudden, a T-Rex kills your best friend, me. I'm there with you.
We're in there permanently, meaning we're not going to die.
I don't think it works like that.
It just said permanently. You're living in this world forever.
Yeah, that is your new world.
Your new
Like,
world. It's your new world.
You can die at any moment, like in
Right.
this world. Fingers crossed. But I mean, like,
Knock on wood.
knock on wood.
Let
but I
me
mean,
It is Spooktober.
What's a
Spooktober is coming.
good vibe to live in? A good vibe.
Did you
to
say
live
any Adam Sandler world?
Yeah, I was
Yeah.
actually just thinking about Hubie Halloween.
Yeah.
Hubie Halloween would be a great one, especially for
Movies or
Spooktober.
TV show.
What about Stranger Things?
Entourage would be great.
Stranger Things would be a vibe.
That'd be creepy.
Yeah, I love how we're keeping it spooky in this situation too. Let me do
And the Wednesday show, Tim Burton's Wednesday show is good.
Well, Wednesday from the Addams Family?
Yeah, have y'all been watching that?
No.
Y'all would love that.
Really?
Spooktober.
What about Haunting Hill House?
Will's always on Haunting and Hill House, those types of shows. No?
I wouldn't live in that one permanently.
Oh, live in that one.
But that's a great show.
Great
Right.
show.
Scary.
You know what I've always kind of wanted? To live through a zombie apocalypse. Kind of wanted. Like I've always wanted to know, like, how would I fare? And hopefully they're like the walking, not like the running kind of zombies.
Not the I Am Legend zombies.
Yeah, them boys are way too intense for me. But kind of like going through the process of like,
Walking Dead.
yeah.
Living in that world.
What about like the zombies from Last of Us? Those are scary.
Yeah, those are scary. Those are
ones.
psychos.
How about Zombieland? Get that cast of characters. Let me get Woody Harrelson, live at the White House for a little bit, hang out. Smoke some cheech with him. Huh?
Live in the Anchorman world forever.
That'd be fun.
Be a fun movie to live in permanently.
Taylor, I feel like it's kind of surprising you haven't said like Wedding Crashers or something along those lines.
I love that movie, and 25-year-old Taylor loves it. But like, I'm also living whatever movie or TV show I'm going on. I'm bringing my wife and kids.
Yeah, but like you're best friends with.
I'm with you.
Friday
if we're
Night
gonna go
Lights.
that internship would be fun.
Working at Google.
Working at Google for a little bit.
Die.
Literally, if you want to know Will and I's life in an alternate universe, it would probably be the internship, and it'd be me as Vince Vaughn and Will Owen Wilson, who Will kind of like figures it out faster than me. And I kind of let the team down a little bit, and I gotta study overnight to get it done, but I don't click the button. But then eventually, hey, we need Taylor for sales, and I handle business.
And you have a nice little Harry Potter reference with the Quidditch match.
Yeah.
In the internship.
I think at the end of the day, if I could be a wizard, my kids would have so much more respect for me.
I feel like that's the only answers.
That might be the only answer.
Living in a world forever, maybe How to Train Your Dragon.
Can't die.
Can't die.
Can't die.
Got a dragon you're riding on.
Well, have you seen all the movies?
Yeah.
So you don't have a dragon forever.
Well, not forever, but
Eventually, you're just a Viking.
You're still in the world.
True.
Yeah, that possibility is a thing.
Game of Thrones, maybe trying to take over the Seven Kingdoms.
Yes.
Yeah, but you got the White Walkers.
Yeah, but maybe I'm a White Walker.
That doesn't sound fun.
Yeah. Have you started Game of Thrones yet?
I've seen 2 episodes. There's too many storylines. My brain couldn't handle it.
Okay.
Couldn't handle it. Let's go to Mr. James at the Mr. James 8.
Friday Night Lights.
Not a football take, but what is better, Southern hospitality or Midwest politeness? It's a great question.
That is a good
It's a
question.
great question. I was talking to my wife about this the other day, and I told her straight up, I was like, the older I get, I think the more I realize the greatest place to raise a family might be the Midwest. It might be the Midwest. Something about just, construction and winter are your seasons. Keeping it simple. KISS method always. Homegrown, blue collar. Something beautiful about that.
Yeah.
Something
I don't need to
beautiful about
add to it. Grew up a Midwest boy.
that. Midwest boy.
Yeah.
Well, I grew up out west. Didn't know.
Some
know.
good people in the Midwest.
Good people out there.
Where's the last place you would want to raise your family?
Last place I want to raise my family, LA.
Yeah.
Sacramento.
I was born in Sacramento.
Sacramento's a great spot.
New Mexico. New Mexico.
Yeah, New Mexico wouldn't be cool. If you're going to be in New Mexico, you might as well go to Arizona. So much better.
I meant more so like regionally. The West.
To raise my kids,
I would venture to say the Northeast.
I'd venture to say the Northwest. You know what I'm saying?
No, I don't know.
I don't say.
You know what I'm saying?
Northeast, I feel like you're just, especially in Jersey.
Yeah,
Shout out all
but,
my
yeah.
Jersey
But I also
fans,
think think about Rhode Island. Think about Vermont. Think about Delaware. Like those little kind of like small town, kind of fun little like beach towns. You have harsh winters, but like your summers are beautiful. Nantucket kind of area. It's like, yeah, a lot of money here, but it's really cool. Have a good time.
But I'm saying like you think Jersey, New York, and like I have a bunch of friends from Jersey, New York, so I'm not talking about these guys, but like majority kind of dickheads and just dudes.
Yeah, I'd rather be Northwest than Northeast.
And I also think there's a piece of me that's extremely curious about living in a major city like New York. I obviously I'm at the point where I never will, but every time we fly to New York, I always walk around like, man, how do they do it? Like this is so everyone's on top of each other.
It's different.
I'm sure you get into a little routine, but I'm sure it could be fun too. ripping around, kind of staying in your little pocket the whole time, venturing out every once in a while, see something new, like, oh, that's real cool. Now your pocket just got a little bit bigger. Everyone lives like,
Yeah, but all those people, man.
I'm with you.
Talk with Jared Demon when y'all go to Vegas about he has a really good interesting take on New York City. He lived and worked there for
Jack lived in New York as well.
McPherson.
Yeah.
Two different people.
Two different people.
Jared hates it.
Yeah.
Did Jack?
He
like
takes
it?
me somebody who'd hate it. I think I'd align more with Jared too.
Yeah. I think it would be really fun for like a quarter of the year.
Yeah.
Like go 3 months. Like, hey, you're going to be here for 3 months. I think that's enough of a sample size to have fun and realize there's something at the end. Because I know a few people that live in New York that swear by it. Like, this is the best. I love it. I'll never leave. It's like, good on you. Good on you, man.
I was there for 3 weeks working on a movie set, and just the laundry situation was enough that I was like, I would never live here.
Sure.
I'd have to carry a duffel bag almost 2 blocks just to do my laundry.
And people are like carrying their groceries home and shit.
Oh yeah,
Oh man, not for me.
it was rough.
Carrying your groceries home.
Give me a yard, some space.
Yeah, but number one spot I wouldn't want to raise my kids, probably LA.
Would not.
Would not. Out on LA. Sitting out San Diego. You can sell me on San Diego.
Do you even need selling?
Taxes and cost of living. That's the only thing really holding me back.
But life.
Buddy. Can't beat it. Encinitas. Acadia. So nice.
Del Mar.
Oh, not my real name. Here to see Will again.
Not my real name. Hashtag TierTalk. Will Compton calling you a fucking loser on a live stream. Good. Your idols becoming rivals. Good. Still buying merchandise to show them you can't be phased. Good. Love the show, guys. How demoralizing was the news to Nebraska fans that Blake Corum is expecting a child? Congratulations to Blake Corum.
Yeah. Friend of the show.
Joining Papa Team 6.
Friend of the show.
Just accomplished Buds training.
Yeah, dude. Shout out Blake, man. Good kid. Good guy. Seems like he's having himself a nice little, he's starting to figure himself out. The Rams a little bit. Have a good time splitting carries, but still having success. Love to see it.
Yeah.
Love to see it. Josh Dorsey at J_Dorsey3. Have you guys thought about taking your show on the road and doing a live show with live audience? Man, what a thought, Josh. Hey, Will, for the Bussin' Bowl, where were we?
We don't got to pat him on the head, man.
Where were we, Will?
We were in Lincoln, Nebraska doing a live show.
At what theater?
Rococo Theater.
How many people were there?
Hundreds, thousands.
700 people. So yeah, we thought about it, Josh.
Yeah, our spring tour 2 years ago. That's what we did at every stop.
Yeah, every stop.
Great time.
A lot of live shows.
Thank you for dropping a hashtag TierTalk, Josh.
KT at KKyle Tay Aylor says, what happens or is talked about in a players only meeting? Hashtag TierTalk. Let me break this down for you real quick, buddy. Unless, Will, you got anything?
They're kind of weird.
Yeah.
Players only meetings are kind of weird. It kind of depends on the situation, honestly.
To me, it's one guy gets up and talks. He's a captain. And then there's 5 other captains who come up and say the same thing the first captain said in their own words. Not a whole lot is thought out other than we got to get our shit right. And there's never a players only meeting when you're undefeated or doing well.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like, if you're going to have those, looking back on it, it's like, guys, let's kind of think about what we're going to say before we say it. That's all I have.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I second that. It is how it feels a lot of the time. Unless you get them players only meetings that happens and somebody's just getting violent with the way that they're delivering their words. That's when it's kind of like a wake me up call. Like London Fletcher one time we had a players only meeting and he was just getting after everybody. And it was kind of like, felt like a real players only meeting. Ones that you would think about or speculate, oh man, they had a players only meeting. I wonder what went down there.
I can't remember which one of y'all said this, but it was such a fantastic quote of at every players meeting, there's always that one guy that stands up to start talking, and there's almost just an audible, oh my God, what is he doing? Just before he even starts talking.
When you look around, oh shit, buckle in, boy.
It can be tough.
Hashtag TierTalk from Peyton _PW13 _ could Will and Taylor do a dog of the week segment where each of them picks a college football player from their own position from any team? Would love to see Will juicing up some linebackers we've never heard of. That would be fun, but you got to pay a lot of money to get the rights to like footage, whether it be college or the NFL. We got a couple quotes. They are high. They are expensive.
Yeah, we can do our new set of downs segment, first set of downs.
Which is very similar
Yeah.
to what he just described.
Right. It's basically fresh set of downs, a spotlighting somebody who's had been in the transfer portal, wasn't playing well or wasn't getting enough work. They're buried in their depth chart a little bit. They end up getting a, quote, fresh set of downs, going to a new team and have a lot of success. I think we're going to do this for the next few weeks. I actually love the idea. And our guy that we're going to highlight this week is Michigan's own Justice Hayes. 2 years at Bama. He played 25 games. He had 104 carries for 616 yards and 9 TDs. Decides, hey, that's not enough. He's splitting carries last year. Kalen DeBoer's first year. Comes to Michigan. I'm very excited about it. We get to learn about him and the way he operates, how he attacks every single week. He's about sleep. He's about biohacking. He's about what he puts in his body. And it's shown quite a bit because in 4 games in Michigan, he's had 66 carries, 537 yards, 6 touchdowns. He's got over 100 yards in every game and a TD this year so far. So thank you, Alabama. We'll have another, right?
Looking for him out there.
You got a couple of studs. Yeah, I was watching Alabama, Georgia, kind of whispering over to G. Thems, I'll take that guy. I'll take that guy. Like, buddy, you never have a shortage of talent with the Alabama Crimson Tide. I'm just lucky this guy's in the maize and blue right now. He is incredible. And like, I know this guy Marshall. Jordan Marshall. We've had him. You know, he's homegrown Michigan boy, but we got ourselves a nice little double-headed monster over there at the University of Michigan right now in the running game, and they're coming along. Offensive line is getting a whole lot better, which is awesome to see. So shout out Justice Hayes, fresh set of downs. Love it for the young man. That's awesome. We should do a different segment as well.
A shout out, no free shout out. Shout out, no free shout out to Chad Powers.
And I'm going to I'm going to clap. I'm going to clap again. We're going to come back in our clothes. Oh, wow. Look at that. We've changed clothes already. If you're listening on audio, we are wearing Chad Powers 200 t-shirts. Will you look fantastic in that, buddy?
You look good as well.
You look sharp. You look sharp.
Chad Powers is funny.
Yeah. So shout out Hulu. Shout out Disney. They have allowed us to see these episodes a little bit early. We've watched episodes 1 and 2 so far. And if you don't know anything about Chad Powers, here's basically the backstory on Chad Powers. Eli Manning had a segment called Eli's Places. He ended up going undercover, bunch of makeup on, mole on the face, wig, walks into a tryout, right? Was it Penn State? Am I thinking about Penn State? Yep. Goes into a Penn State tryout. Obviously, the coaching staff and everybody on the back end knew about it. He goes in and ends up dicing up where these other players who are a part of the trial are like, who the fuck is this guy? Yeah. Turns out to be Eli Manning. And in true Manning fashion, like, they see the opportunity. They end up making a show about it where Glenn Powell, he is the star of this show. And I love this segment, Eli Manning, and going into it, full transparency, going into watching these episodes, I'm thinking to myself, how the fuck are they going to be able to go from this guy's a stud to he's undercover now? How does it all work? Seamless transition. Seamless. And I can't, Clump, you can tell me, I can't give away any spoilers, correct?
No, we can give away spoilers. Episodes 1 and 2 are streaming now.
Okay, episodes 1 and 2.
We are going to give spoilers away. So if you don't want spoilers, don't listen.
Yeah, if you don't want spoilers, don't listen. The first episode, man, starts with a bang, right? This Chad Powers, what's his name in the show?
Just to
his name is Russ Holiday.
Yes, sir.
Just it is a good show. I share the same sentiment. It's kind of like, are they really just gonna try and like beat a dead horse or force feed us a Chad Powers show? But it is funny.
Yeah,
it is funny,
and it's got very much like, I don't know if it's Blue Mountain State I'm trying to look for right now, but there's a certain level of like adult humor that goes into it.
Yeah,
that like Glenn Powell does a great job of like transitioning, because here's what happens. First episode, it shows this guy Russ Holiday. You know, arrogant Oregon Ducks quarterback. He's in the national championship. He runs on 4th and whatever, throws the ball down before the goal line, something we've seen all the time in the NFL now. And so it was a score, but then it wasn't a score. They call it back and they end up losing the national championship game. He ends up swinging on a cat and knocks over a kid with cancer. And then it fast forwards to 8 years later.
The kid.
It's so funny. It is hilarious. And
kid sitting in the wheelchair. You're still my favorite player.
Yeah.
And his dad's like, hey, can you just take a picture with my kid?
He goes, I don't give a shit about the kid. And it's like, it's
they shove
funny.
and then he hits him and the dad falls into the kid.
And they go and like 8 years later, he's like in LA. His dad is this like a
Makeup artist,
like this world-renowned makeup artist, which really helps sell the point of him like transitioning into, you know, this like fake guy that he ends up going to a different school or whatever. But he has his XFL contract. Then all of a sudden there's the 8-year reunion of the callback of the him punching a guy that falls into a kid with cancer. XFL pulls his contract. And so he gets a wild hair up his ass and ends up.
The kid passes.
Oh.
They announce he's getting this deal with the XFL. He's fired up. They're listening to like all of this stuff. Like the entertainment is pretty funny, and they're in this club, and then it's like he's going to the bathroom and he just sees this tweet put up like kid that what's his
Russ Holiday.
Russ Holiday is known for a kid passed away. Kid dies from cancer, and his agent drops him. And so he's trying to figure out what to do. He's at the lowest of lows. He's like all of us sitting there when the game's just over. If you like lose a state title or national champ, he's like sitting in his room drinking, doing all these things, and he gets this wild hair. He sees this open tryout for Southern Georgia Catfish.
Yeah,
and he just gets this wild hair to like, I'm gonna go rejuvenate my career through like, you know, going and walking on at this spot, like wearing makeup, using his dad's like tools since he's a makeup artist for all these big Hollywood movies. And he starts like working out, and he gets another funny part is when he's on this phone with his dad. He's like, Dad, he's like, I got something kind of big that's coming. Think you'll be really proud of me. And his dad's like, did you just quote Armageddon to me?
yeah.
But
he says, I worked on that movie, jackass.
Yeah. And dude, it's I encourage you all to watch it. It's a good watch. It's funny. It's well done. Like getting Fowler and Herb Street in for calling the game when they was playing at Oregon. Like you're always like anybody who like loves ball, you're like weirdly with a critical eye watching how they put together like plays that's happening, like moments that's happening. They do a real good job, like you're watching it on TV. But it's a good watch. It is funny. Him trying to like find his voice.
Right. Him trying to find his voice, him trying to tell the story of where he's from, ends up being from West Virginia. Like, hey, we couldn't find a whole lot of film. He was like, yeah, it was wolf mating season and people were worried.
Did you ever play in a crowd? Oh, it depends. Depends on what. He's like, wolves. Wolves.
Yeah.
They come and get your babes.
Yeah. People just would show up or not based on wolves. Just hilarious. And him going in and out of being Russ Holiday and Chad Powers is just fucking hilarious. Also, the thing I love too is this head coach for the Georgia State Catfish. You can see a great story arc coming with him.
Yeah.
The daughter of the head coach, there's a great story. I'm assuming it's going to be a love interest with Russ Holiday eventually.
Yeah.
But it's just like, the show's good. And you don't like, we both said it, no idea what to think, but it is hilarious.
And again, say it's Russ Holiday?
Russ Holiday.
He's like this douchebag, got this arrogance to him. You'll see it. And he like comes across this mascot. The mascot ends up spraying him with mace because he thinks he's like a school shooter dressed in his getup.
Yeah.
They meet, and this mascot is trying to like, he's kind of his like mentor in this hero's journey of trying to get him like, hey, leave the Russ Holiday douchebaggery aside. You have to create this new character if you're really going to sell yourself and be a leader of this team. So Chad Powers is really trying to battle with being a douchebag, being this arrogant asshole because he's not like the starting quarterback, which is like a reality check for him. And dude, it's good, man. The backup quarterback is like my favorite. He's my favorite character right now.
Yeah, he's funny, man.
He's like, what I got here an hour or two before he gets some sprints in.
He's
like, oh, some punishment.
I love how the scene where he's walking with Chad Powers and he's like, hey, give us a minute. He's like, yes, sir. And just turns around, sprints the other way.
Yeah.
And then the coach is like walking off the field and the quarterback starts running. And he's like, oh, what the fuck? Gets all scared of him. Dude, it is funny.
And
man.
with the makeup and the mask and the rubber and everything else, there's like moments with him like doctoring it up towards like, you know, there's the fly on the inside. Dude's like, you got a fly in your face and it's like crawling around, but also
it's burrowing.
Yeah. But since he's like, you know, since he's trying to immerse himself like as a teammate, you can't get the mask and everything wet. So like post practice when they're all showering and he's kind of sitting there and coach is asking why he's not getting the showers. He's like, oh, my pee hole's too big. And he's just like making up stories. Then they have this cookout, you know, with the team at the head coach's house and they're doing like this water balloon fight. They're all in the pool. He never gets in the pool, so they think he's weird for not getting in the pool. Then he does this water balloon fight and he's trying to get this water out of his mask because the head coach wants to go see him. Then when the mask kind of breaks and he's like, are you crying? And the mask kind of pops and it's
it's
watering
like spewing
everywhere.
out of his like cheeks. He just runs
And he just
off.
takes off running out in the woods. He's like, I think he's just a man of the woods.
He's talking to his daughter. He's like, hey, he just ran in the woods. Is he all right? She's like, I think he just loves the woods.
Yeah, I think he loves the woods.
I think he is the woods.
Because he shows up.
Yeah, he's funny as hell.
He shows up to the party, like, parking his Tesla, like, in the woods and then coming out of the woods.
Right.
And she's like, did you just come out of the woods? He's like, yeah.
If you think about it, we all came from the woods.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
And then when he's talking to the, like, the big booster, the gal in the
Yeah.
kitchen, and he's like, I have to leave. I can't be within 100 feet of a
Can't
female
be in the same
alone or
room.
something like that.
It hurts my purity.
Yeah. She's like, what the fuck?
It is funny, man. Glenn Powell does a great job. These first two episodes, like, I'm excited to watch that third and fourth episode because it is quality, man. Quality stuff.
Yeah.
We feel good
It's a
about
good
it?
laugh.
Yeah.
I'm watching it alone and I'm laughing out loud at some of the one-liners he comes up with. Where he's like, what did he say? He was like, just flesh. They're like asking him if he's like a male or female or something like that. He has this line like, it's just me.
Yeah, when he's
just
checking
me and
in.
flesh.
God, what does he say? I don't know.
I got to write these one-liners down. It's
Right.
good.
But Hulu's Chad Powers will premiere Tuesday, September 30th with a 2-episode launch. New episodes stream weekly on Tuesdays. So if you're watching this show now at 6 a.m., just know it's out there right now. Hopefully we wouldn't spoil too much for you since we just told you the whole entire first 2 episodes.
Yeah. How old are you? How old is anybody? COVID?
COVID? You're not COVID. So,
I'm old enough, but not and still young enough,
Yeah.
I was
Oh.
the COVID years. Who knows?
When he's sitting when he's sitting with the coach.
So
the
like,
coach-
you have COVID? No.
Yeah. When he's sitting with the coach at the dock before the coach tells him he's going to be the backup quarterback, and he's like, you know what's really hurt? I had a bunch of heart issues. You know what the problem was? He goes, the vaccine? He goes, no. Well, maybe. Dude, and it's so funny, too, because this Russ Holiday guy is a big conspiracy theorist, like big douche. Like, it's so funny, man. It is hilarious.
And when's it drop? This Wednesday?
Yeah, it's out
Tuesday.
Tuesday. It's out tomorrow.
Oh,
Well, technically,
As people
today.
are listening, it's out right now.
So, yeah.
oh, I'm watching that.
Buddy, you will love it.
Yeah.
You will love it. It's Blue Mountain State. It's Shoresy. It's like kind of got all this like,
You have to watch it because
Humor.
you'll remember all these one-liners and quotes that we're talking about.
yeah, you will appreciate it.
Hey, the backup cue actually gives me a Sherm vibe.
Is that the guy that ran away? when
Yeah,
Trump said
he
runs
sprints.
everywhere?
He's just happy-go-lucky.
Yeah, when they're sitting there, they're like,
The wide receiver.
brother in
They're
Christ,
like,
goes to shake his hand.
That's the number one wide receiver. Yeah, we have a really good relationship, and then the wide receiver's like giving him the pussy sign. He's like, he's calling you a pussy. He's like, no, I think he thinks I get a lot of pussy.
Yeah,
They talk about him swimming, and he just does like a back dive into the water.
yeah. Yeah, what does he say? Like, it's like that's true, and like does like a backflip into it. Just ultimate optimist guy. Nothing phases him. When he fucking steals the balloon and starts dicing up everybody in the water balloon fight, then he goes, "Suck my clipboard, bitch!" On top of their
stands over
backup
him.
quarterback. It's fucking good, man. It's good. That is you know what? Let's go back to our regular outfits. We're back. Couple more tier talks. We'll be on our way to Zac Brown. Let's do 1 or 2 more. This is D3 Walk On at ZT3758 hashtag Tier Talk. Is getting that first loss early in the season benefit a program? Look at Alabama since Florida State. Yeah, I mean, Josh Pate brought this up on the locker room this past week, which comes out every Wednesday at 6 p.m. the college football edition, and he says when you get a early loss, it gives you a chance to course correct.
Taste your own blood.
Taste your own blood. Understand you're not invincible. So when you get later in the season, you have these big games. You know what it's like to hurt, so it keeps you moving forward. So I think that was a big dub for Alabama early in the season to catch that L early, so you can keep moving forward now because they seem like the team to beat in the SEC.
And watch just slowly but surely. Watch Notre Dame start to climb the polls 1 week at a time. 2 losses
started
early.
0-2, still in the
Yeah.
AP top 25. What is Sherm saying here?
It helps with the CFP
Just chime in.
rankings,
Sherm,
too.
you have something to say. Sometimes you can just chime in.
Right, especially on Tuesdays.
It helps with the CFP rankings. I feel like the CFP commission, the voters, they kind of tend to forget about those week 1, week 2, week 3 losses.
Yeah,
1000%.
absolutely. Seems like they forget to watch a lot of football games too.
Also that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Want to do one more?
That was it. for
That
our
was
tier
it.
talk.
There we go.
Y'all
That's
ran
all
through
we
of
needed.
them. Yeah.
Awesome. Guys, once again, Titans watch party this weekend. at Brooklyn Bowl. That'll be taking place while the 0-4 Titans take on the 2-2 Arizona Cardinals. I'm going to Vegas with Jack and Jared. That vlog will be out the following week. Spooktober, it's here Wednesday. Get excited and burn it up, dude. I want by Spooktober 31st, I want us to be so burnt out on Spooktober, so excited for the next holiday. Merch is out Wednesday, 10 a.m. Central Time, bwtb.com. This is my favorite one right here. It's my favorite one right there.
Big hugs, tiny kisses.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, before we get to this Zac Brown episode, I want to talk to you about a couple things. One thing I want to talk to you about is Neutral Vodka Seltzers. We are brought to you by Neutral Vodka Seltzers. Have you tried Neutral? If not, you're missing out. Neutral is so much better than any other seltzer I have tried. It's made with real vodka and real juice, and that's what makes it delicious. They come in a variety of flavors. I'll give you my top two right now, pineapple and lime. It's perfect for social occasions. It's a crowd pleaser, especially during college football season. It's the perfect time of year to grab a 12-pack of Neutral for a game or grab a bucket deal in your favorite bar as you root on your team. Neutral, keep it tasty.
This episode is also brought to you by Blue Diamond Almonds, the number one snack in the Big Ten, the number one snack in our lives. You know your boy loves the sneaky flavors of the dark chocolate and the blueberry.
He does.
Blue Diamond Almonds are the super nut that hits you with that little protein punch to keep you going, and they have 20 plus flavors like honey roasted, wasabi, and soy sauce. That is a sneaky one too.
That is good.
Smokehouse. In this football season, you could win a $10,000 grand prize or win hundreds of other instant win prizes with Blue Diamond. Visit bdsweeps.com for a chance to win. No purchase necessary. Ends November 30th, 2025. Open to 50 U.S. and D.C. 18 plus. For rules, visit bdsweeps.com. Void where prohibited. Blue Diamond Almonds, the official snack of Big Ten football and football fans everywhere.
Nothing like having a hard snack while also makes you hard. Rose Sparks. Rose Sparks are a 2-in prescription treatment for guys who need a secret weapon against softness. Rose Sparks can give guys bigger, thicker, longer erections because they get fuller. After Rose Sparks dissolve, they work in 15 minutes on average. If prescribed, new sexual patients get $15 off their first order of Sparks on a recurring plan. Connect with the provider at ro.co/bussin to find out if prescription Rose Sparks are right for you. I'm going to give it to you one more time. That's ro.co/bussin for $15 off your first order. Compounded drugs are permitted to be prescribed under federal law, are not FDA approved, and do not undergo FDA safety, effectiveness, or manufacturing review. For full safety info, go to ro.co/safety info. Let's get into this wonderful Zac Brown episode. Ladies and gentlemen, Bud Light is always brewed with 4 simple ingredients for a clean, crisp taste. Bud Light is the official beer sponsor of the NFL Draft. Tight end you. Bud Light partner with George Kittle, the UFC, Shane Gillis' 2025 tour. Bud Light partners include Peyton Manning, George Kittle, Baker Mayfield, Taylor Lewan, Emmitt Smith, Will Compton, Shane Gillis, Post Malone, Dustin Poirier. Stock up on Bud Light. Head to www.budlight.com/locator to find a store near you. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Our guest today, 3-time Grammy Award winner, co-founder and lead singer of Zac Brown Band. His first album, The Foundation, is certified 5 times. I'm going to repeat that. 5 times platinum.
Can you say that again?
5 times platinum by the Recording Industry Association of America. 16 singles on Billboard's Hot Country Songs. Please give a round of applause to Zac Brown.
Georgia Bulldog.
Bulldog. Gotta feel it, man. Hey, listen, you came in bearing gifts. I found out you're a blacksmith.
Yes, sir.
What is, like, we can get into music. We'll talk about all that, but I want to talk about your hobbies right now.
Okay.
You came in with this cool case, floats, plays music, keeps your phone nice.
Yeah.
But then you started putting out this little blade on me right now.
Yep.
What is this device?
Yeah, so this is a Deemer box. So the guy, James Deemer, worked on the set of the show Survivor. And he had to carry Pelican cases to keep all this stuff dry because it's humid and wet and all that. And then he installed speakers in it. So then he started making some of these and putting them on Amazon. Well, I got a hold of it and I was like, dude, this is such a problem solver for me. Because I do some pretty high adventure. You know, spearfishing is my favorite thing in the world to do. I free dive, spearfish, I bow hunt. A lot of the adventures that I go on and do, I need something to keep all my gear safe. Even going to the beach, like riding. So this is a 40-hour Bluetooth speaker. It's loud. It's like a bass cabinet. And then when you open it, it's a legit Pelican case. It's got a purge valve so it doesn't lock down if you fly with it and get air trapped in it. It's got a phone charger on the inside. You take this plug and put it in the lid, and now it's fully waterproof, and you could float it down the river with you and play your tunes. Or you can use it as a predator call box. Like if you're up in a stand, you can put this 100 feet away in the woods and have a rabbit call or coyote call or something.
So much more of a man than us.
So it's
Hey, we know about some rabbit calls. And we
know
went
about some
coyote
rabbit
hunting.
calls. Yeah. Have you? So big spearfishman, deep
yes,
sea
that's my
diving.
favorite
That is unbelievable.
favorite thing in the world to do.
A question I have with that: how long can you hold your breath?
That was going to be
About
the question I was going to go to. Yeah,
437 is the best static, just sitting still, you know.
Prove it.
But
Just
For
sit
the
here for
next
5
5
minutes.
minutes.
I can show you in 10 minutes how you can double your breath hold. I
Really?
can show you 10 minutes.
Is it like the hyperventilating? You got to like,
Well, it's
Oh, the
actually,
Wim Hof
well,
method.
yeah. Brian Peters was doing it that one time when we were doing a little pool thing at your house.
Well, he's proven that you can control your even your hormone release in your body with your breath. But
Yeah.
the average amount of oxygen people generally hold is not a lot compared to people that had to forage and run around and climb up mountains every day for survival. So it's interesting. I've been going the last 10 years with people that are some of the best spearfishermen in the world, like my boy Justin Lee and Cameron Kirkconnell. I learned how to breathe the right way. And it's actually the opposite. So if you hyperventilate, your heart rate spikes. It goes crazy. So you're burning up all your oxygen. So you do the opposite of that. You do these long half breaths with long exhales, like 10-second exhales.
Mm-hmm.
And if you can't sleep or you're like trying to go down, you got to wind down and get to bed or whatever. Do 10 of these breaths when you're about to go to sleep, and you can feel your whole body start to like melt and relax.
Really?
And while you're hunting, you want to have your heart rate as low as possible. When you find something that you want to dive for, then you do 3 loading breaths, which is your hyperventilation. And then you do a normal breath, and then you do a super breath, which most people don't know how to breathe out of their diaphragm. Everybody breathes through, and your lungs are shaped like a triangle, right? But the most volume is at the bottom. So the biggest volume in your lungs when you breathe in is right here. If you put your hand on your belly. Now pretend there's a balloon going straight. Don't lift your chest when you breathe in. Just fill up this bottom, which is where the most volume is. So when you inhale, fill up just that balloon. Don't let your shoulders come up. Everybody breathes with this top part of their lungs, and that's where you got the least amount of volume. Yep. So you do that while you're cruising. Your heart rate's low. You're melting in the water, super efficient. Then you get there, 3 loading breaths, which is just like that, and then regular breath. And then you do a triple, which is diaphragm, chest, and throat. And then you go down. And then after you've done your breathe up, which is just like those half breaths chilling on top, when you go down, you got twice the bottom time that you normally would have. So I did it wrong for 10 years. And then I started going with people that know how to do it. It's like somebody handing you a golf club and being like, smack the ball. Like unless you have mechanics and somebody to show you how to do it, it's not relaxing at all to try to hit golf balls when you don't know how to hit a golf ball.
How do you get into something like this?
I went the first time in the Bahamas with a Bohemian guy there and just fell in love with it. Like
Really?
I love the challenge physically. You sleep like a baby after you dive for a whole day and swimming, but you're challenging the ocean, you're challenging the camouflage and the fish, you're challenging your breath. And when you get something nice, it's like you did it, and it's only shooting things you can eat. So you're getting out in the morning and you're going out and you're shooting your dinner and, you know, food for the next few days, or making ceviche on the boat or whatever it is. But I love making people feel good. I love entertaining people, but I recharge, and my lady calls it's too people-y in there. Mm-hmm. And sometimes I got to just go out and be in the wild. And when I'm spearfishing, there's nothing else in my brain. There's no chatter except exactly what's in the moment right there. And every time I go, I see something in the ocean I've never seen before. It is another universe down there.
That's terrifying.
Yeah, have you ever
Is that
been
you?
in danger?
That's me.
That's you. What is that?
That's a dogtooth tuna.
A dog-tooth tuna.
Yeah,
So that's the
You weren't
first time I
scared.
ever
You weren't
laid
scared
my
when
eyes
you
on
saw that.
That was in Fiji. No, I was stoked when I saw that. That's what I was after.
You saw that and you got hyped up. I
Oh
see
my
that.
God.
I'm like, Jesus, dude, I'm walking on water. I'm getting out of there.
Yeah, and this was more recently. But
Now, what about sharks?
Yeah, let's
sharks
talk
are
about
there.
sharks.
They're there all the time. I
And
mean,
you're
You
just
always see the
chilling, like you
spearfishing
ain't
videos
even-
where guys go down there, they get themselves some fish. You can hear them be stoked, and they're kind of reeling it in, and then there's this little blackfin fella.
You battle them for the fish sometimes, and it's not intuitive. But as soon as you get the fish to your body and like claim it, they'll turn. But you don't want to be holding the fish out, because it'll eat your hand and the fish at the same time, trying to eat the fish. When the visibility is good, sharks know the deal. And this is not spearfishing places where they eat people our size or eat sea lions or things our size. Now that's a different thing. Mm-hmm. But most of the places that we go, they're just after the fish or they're after the chum that we're throwing. Like when we're fishing for those big dogtooth tuna, that's a Spanish mackerel on the left side right there that I'm holding up. But, you know, you read the shark's language. They're like a dog, right? You walk in a yard, you can read the language of a dog. If they're kind of staring at you and they're like, you can tell by looking at them. I mean, we swim with them every time. This was just a month or so ago. That is a monster
way.
cubera.
Damn.
A cubera.
Cubera snapper.
And those things.
That's a monster. In the
those things bite
Bahamas, you
people?
can't use a spear gun. You have to use a spear. So you have to use a 9-foot spear that has a rubber band on the back of it. And you have to swim down and get close enough while it's loaded and swim under rocks and wrestle a 9-foot pole into the rocks and try to shoot things like that. But
While you're holding your breath.
while you're holding your breath. So you have a weight belt, you have a mask and a snorkel and a knife. And then you either have a pole spear if you're in Bahamas or you have a spear gun, which is all preloaded. So all the tension's not on your hand when you swim down. So a gun, you just reach out and you can shoot. Sometimes you have a reel on your gun. If you're shooting things that are 20, 30 pounds, you know, you can get that in with, you know, by hand. If you're shooting monsters like that dogtooth tuna, your shaft is attached to a float line, to a buoy. So you shoot the fish and you're not attached to it anymore. And then you have to chase it down before the sharks get it, pull it up high enough, sometimes take a second gun.
Is a crazy comment.
Sharks
Yeah.
get it.
Yeah.
That's nuts. So is it when you're shooting a fish, is it kind of like when you go deer hunting and you're like, hey, you want to aim for that little like shoulder piece right there with the heart is?
Get behind
Or
the
you
there's
go on
definitely-
headshots only.
If you can break their spine, it stones them. So
Yeah.
that's what you want. I've had situations where I'm 65 feet down at the bottom of a radio tower. I shoot a permit, the biggest permit I've ever seen in my life.
Can we pull up a permit? Because it sounds like something you
Yeah.
have to get from the city council.
I can show you a picture right here. This is
These are big fellas.
they're not normal. This was a 60 pounder. I've never heard anyone catching one on a line that was over like 35, 40 pounds, but just a monster. But this one almost drowned me. I hit him a little low, but this thing's about that wide. They're kind of like a pit bull,
Yeah.
like in the water.
Yeah, that's a
Kinda
big
like
boy.
Will.
Yeah, it's a thick boy right
That's a
there.
thick little boy.
But I hit him low. I'm 65 feet down. I shoot him. He takes off one way, ripping line off my reel. I'm trying to swim up. I need breath. I'm like you have about 45 seconds after you feel uncomfortable to get air and you know you're still safe. So you just mentally have to block it out. Same thing when you're training or when you're whatever, like you got to just like rip through, you know, you're going to be okay. So, I get up about 10 feet from the surface and I can see it and I need air. Well, the line on my reel was gone and he snatched me back down 20 feet. And then I start snatching the reel, he's either going to break out, it's either going to rip out of him or he's going to turn. So I rip it a few times and he turns. And so I get up and I get a breath. As soon as I get a breath, he pulls me back down again. And you have to clear your ears in the middle of it too, because they pull you down deep. So that one was a wild one. My buddy jumped in. He was trying to help. He was holding.
I mean, I probably just let go of the rope.
Yeah. Why don't you just let go?
Yeah. But it is the most, if you've never been spearfishing, Bahamas is the best place to learn. It's crystal clear, 20, 30 feet of water. You can shoot amazing lobsters, snapper, grouper. I'm telling you, it's another world. It's hunting and fishing and physical. That's a big lobster.
It's a big ass lobster.
Yeah, that was in Bahamas.
Is
too.
that so? The story you just told us, is that like the scariest experience you've had in the water?
No, actually the scariest ones that I've had have been using a scuba tank. I had emergency service from 120 feet. Somebody else's gear on their boat they had. I'm down there and all of a sudden I've been down like 5 minutes. It was an 18-minute dive. So I wasn't hawking the gauges, like looking at them every 2 minutes because I hadn't been down long. But I see this huge snapper and I'm going down. I was at 100 and I went down to 120 chasing this snapper. And it was like I was breathing out of a coffee straw. The air started because you have to continually breathe in scuba. So you're constantly making bubbles, which is not great camouflage, which is why free diving is the way to do it.
Why do you have to continually breathe with a scuba tank?
Because you're breathing compressed air. And so if you change your atmosphere, if you go down from 15 to 25 is a different atmosphere. So when you go down, it compresses the air down and you're breathing it compressed already. So you constantly have to flow and breathe. You never stop your breathing. That's why there's always bubbles coming out when you're scuba diving. But if somebody's in the boat up top, the guy was up at the boat up top, the guy I was diving with, he had a bunch of floats on his chest. And if you shoot a fish, you tie the float to it, you blow it up and send the fish up to the top and the guy in the boat like picks the fish up and he's following our bubbles so he can see where we are. Well, I was down 5 minutes. I was out of air. I looked down and my gauge was red. So something was wrong. The gauge was wrong. The tank wasn't full. It said it was when I went
you're
down.
100. You said 100.
I was 120 feet down. I swam 20 feet up to where my buddy was. He had all those floats on his vest. I'm trying to get to his octopus, his secondary air, to grab it and breathe. But when I made it to him, I was already out of air. So I tried to wrestle with it and get that off. What I should have done is taken his out of his mouth and us trade breaths, go up to 25 feet, decompress there for 3 or 4 minutes, and then go. So I knew that all the air that was in my lungs was going to be expanding as I went up. So I had emergency service from 100 feet, and I blew up my BC as far as I could. And the whole way up, I'm just blowing out as hard as I can. Just the guy running the boat at the top sees me come up and like breach the top of the water and was like, oh shit. I didn't get the bends, thank God.
What's the bends?
The bends is when you have to be put in a decompression chamber and breathe pure oxygen afterwards to decompress your body.
Really?
It can really mess your brain up.
No
Jesus
way.
Christ.
So I don't scuba anymore.
That was it. After that, you packed it up.
I've had one time when I was spearfishing, I got washed out past a reef. These big roller waves came in and the boat we came out on couldn't get to us. And so for an hour, I'm just treading water. I dumped my weight belt, just threw it off, and I'm just cruising on top of the water, which I'm comfortable doing. But the little guide that was with me, he was from Belize. He was a kind of a heavy guy, but he could swim. And he was out, he was screaming and waving his gun and trying to do whatever. And I was like, oh shit. So I dropped my weight and I just cruising on top. And an hour later, the waves settled down and the little Penga could get out through the reef to get out to where we were again. But that was one of the moments where I was like, maybe this may be like 5-6 hours that I have to just maintain and chill and wait for the tide to turn and be able to make it swim back in.
Buddy.
I mean, I go in my pool and it's 8 feet deep. I can't. You know,
ears are popping.
I mean, JP may make fun of me. I'll be trying to tread water and I just can't do it. I'll just sink.
Spearfishing is the most fun anything I've ever done. I'm telling you, it's you should go sometime. Bahamas is the best place to go. I got a boat there. If you guys ever want to go Bahamas, I can take you.
Okay.
I mean, we've just met and you're already inviting us out on a nice excursion. I mean,
yeah, man, I'm telling you.
Well, his boy built my house, Matt.
Yeah.
He was our builder for the house we're currently in.
Oh, no shit.
We were actually his first house that I think it was him and his dad. But during COVID, he just did a little side project since nobody was playing a whole lot. But yeah, what does he do? Is he a guitarist?
He's my bass player.
Yeah, bass player.
Yeah.
But yeah, very detailed individual.
Oh my
no
God.
doubt.
Yeah.
Beautiful home you
detailed.
live in too.
Yeah.
His dad's a builder. And Matt, I've got 2 like Berkeley nerds in my band. I've got him and Clay Cook. And so they quantize it all. They tell me what the math is. I create something and then they make a chart of what it is so everybody else can play it and learn it or whatever it is.
Oh, no shit.
But I'm not that'd be like your offense coordinator or defense coordinator, whoever's just like strategy wise. Because when I create something, I don't want to think about the math. You know, you can break anything into math, but I want to make it based on the way I feel and the way it makes me feel and maybe the way it makes somebody else feel. And then they quantize it. Matt can listen to a song, no matter how long it is, listen to the song and write a musical chart of all of the notes and the timing of the whole song while he's listening to it, no matter how complicated it is. So Matt's like a wizard.
He is thorough.
Yeah.
He's like sitting there breaking down everything. He's got his little handbook and everything else. I was like, buddy, I'll just live in the house and then when something happens, I'll just let you know. You know, I'm kind of giving him the mouth open as I'm staring at him.
Like, and he knows he's so passionate about whatever he's telling you too.
Yeah.
God.
And it was his first one, so he's on it, bro.
Yeah.
He's on it.
So we're into spearfishing. What do we hunter?
Time out. Have you swam with orcas?
I've been in the water with them. I haven't gotten to really have a great close-up encounter, but in Alaska, I've got a place in Alaska and they're out in the bay all the time. So we spearfish there. And so we've seen a glimpse of them, but never gotten to just like fully see them. I swim with whale sharks. I swam with pilot whales. Lots of different things. Orcas are the craziest. They're the baddest machine in the ocean.
Buddy, they are. That's Apex's Apex gets.
Yeah.
They are bad. That's
where
like
they just
dream.
play with things.
It's my dream.
Like a toy.
I've said it a lot. I had the Free Willy. Grew up on Free Willy.
Yeah.
I had the little compass. Held it near and dear to my heart for the longest time.
What happened to that compass?
I think we just moved and I lost it. Grew up a little bit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Never too much though, because you break it up.
Yeah.
It's like the 4th time this
You
week.
realize the compass is just that. I'm like, I ain't gonna find a whale with this.
But there's places you can go swim with them too.
I know.
It's like
dude, I
you can go to Norway,
badly.
right? Iceland, you can do it too.
Yeah,
just
they
go
all
out there.
spearfish halibut there too in those places too. Same as Alaska.
I need to get out to Iceland. My wife, when we first met, she was like, "Whoever I marry, whoever I'm with for the rest of my life, I want to go to Iceland with them." And I was like, "Oh yeah, we're gonna go to Iceland." We've been married for almost 10 years.
Oh, amazing!
Still have not gone to Iceland.
It's coming though.
Gotta check that box. 10-year anniversary comes up in April.
I was just in Greenland about a month ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How was that? What? Yeah, I'm sure you've traveled all over the world. What are your favorite places you've ever been to?
And Alaska's one of them. Have you been to Alaska?
No. I've been, I think,
the scale of
almost every other state.
Alaska is so much bigger than anything else, and just it's the wild. I've got a boat there, and you can go off and lower the front gate, it extends over, and you can just walk off and go anywhere you want to go. But there's a frequency in Alaska that I've never found anywhere else. And July and August in Homer is the greatest. It's 60, 65 degrees every day. It's sunny, world-class fishing, world-class hunting. It is, but beauty-wise, the view from my porch is the greatest view I've ever seen anywhere.
You spend every summer up there?
I spend my summers working my ass off. So my goal is to get to where I
fair
can
enough,
be
fair
up there
enough.
more often.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude, are you a big hunter?
Yeah, I've been hunting my whole life. My dad was taking me, deer hunting and hunting birds and squirrels. And
What's your favorite type of
whatever
hunting?
else. I love the bow hunt. This is my favorite because you're in their environment. You're playing the wind and your scent and the camo and the environment and sneaking up. Hunting for me, the greatest 90% of hunting, why I love it, is not harvesting the animal. It's because it pushes you out into the wild where you would never go. And the amount of sunrises and sunsets that I've seen bow hunting, I can't imagine what my life would be like without having that in my life. It's spiritual and it's primal, and you're hunting things that you can eat, or that if you're in another country, sometimes the things that you shoot there, the villagers get to eat it. So you're feeding their families or your own. And I can't really explain, but being connected to nature and walking places that people don't walk, like you're not on a trail, it's on a map, a guide on your phone, an app on your phone. You're truly just pushing into the wilderness, into the wild. And that's on my boat in Alaska. And,
What's the hardest hunt that you've been on, or the hardest animal to hunt when it's pushing you out the wild that far?
Bighorn, the sheep are the hardest because they're so far out there. I had a huge awakening. I was in Kyrgyzstan hunting argali, which are the big sheep that live there, like 500-pound.
You're in Kyrgyzstan?
Kyrgyzstan.
Argali?
Argali.
Well, okay.
And it's
Geographically, where is
it's
that?
between China and Mongolia.
Gotcha.
And it's like home of the shaman, like land. It's like shaman land. But you're on a horse. You're on a horse
This dude
that's
lives
pretty
a way cooler
small.
life than we
Like
could
it's like
ever
a-
imagine.
It's like a scene in Zoolander or
yeah.
something. I was out in where were you at?
Yeah.
Yeah, in Kyrgyzstan.
Yeah, Kyrgyzstan hunting argali.
But a lot of people don't understand the conservation part of hunting as well, because the hunters that pay big money to get tags for things is paying the people that are there protecting the herds of the species and managing them and making sure that they're going to be around forever. So people are like, oh, he's just a murderer and whatever it is. It's like, when's the last time you gave $300,000 in a year to conserving populations of animal and helping them, like making sure they're always there?
Yeah.
They manage quotas of them. They check the predator to prey ratio and those things. If there's too many predators, they'll put the predators, on a list and sell tags, make $30,000 a pop on selling the hunts for those so that they can keep everything in balance. I know in Africa, the poachers slayed everything. There's 4% of Africa that's under conservation that have healthy herds of animals that are there. And it's because of the hunters that go there.
Really?
The hunters pay for it. Like when you heard about Cecil the lion, right? Like there was a very photographed lion that a hunter shot. So they banned lion hunting in that entire area. So then there was no money coming in from the abundance of lions that were there from tags anymore. So all the farmers that live there, they tolerate the lions eating their goats and their sheep and their things like that because they were getting a cut of the conservation.
Mm-hmm.
So when they banned lion hunting, the lions just poisoned all the lions, killed every one of them.
No shit.
And so people think they're solving it by one way of getting what they want, but the result is actually way more horrible than having someone manage it and make sure there's a healthy population of lions always there. But poachers come in and sell it. They're just trying to feed their families, killing things. And people that I've seen do it really well, they're conservationists. They come in, they'd hire all the poachers. And they run them through a 2-year ranger school and teach them how to protect the animals and how to look for people, because they're the best hunters in the world. These people that come from the bush in Africa, and they can hide in a bush right next to where you are. You have no idea that they're there. They'll set 20 snares to get one animal. The first animal that gets caught, they take it and sell it to somebody that's trying to buy parts off the animal or something like that. And then the other 20 animals just get snared and die. No purpose whatsoever. So there's always a huge conversation. It's always polarizing. And I haven't really talked about my hunting life just because I've got fans that are super left and super right, and I always wanted my music to be something that brought people together of all different
it's like Michael
backgrounds.
Jordan. Everybody buys Jordans, Democrats and Republicans. So why have like a stance one way or the
Exactly.
other?
So I don't talk about my politics. I don't talk about those things. I haven't really talked about my hunting, but what it's added to my life and just for my peace of mind and being able to be out in the wild. And there's lots of hunts that you go on, you don't get anything except the experience of catching every sunrise and every sunset and being in that environment and being in the wild. Like it just helps return me to just being Alaska and the ocean and hunting. All of that makes me feel small in the best possible way.
Yeah.
Like it's the greatest.
You brought up an interesting point about like people have different views. Like you have a lot of different fans that both sit on the left and the right. When you were coming up through the ranks and like gaining all this traction, having all these singles, these Grammys and stuff like that, was there ever a time that maybe someone part of your team tried to get you to act a certain way because they wanted to make sure you were unscathed from one side or the other?
I think that was more my initiative that was there. And most of the people, like now we don't have a management company. Like we have our managers in-house. We're not with a label. We're all independent. So I know when I'm dealing with people and partners and sponsors, whoever, I know how those people are treated. They're representing me, and I can vouch and know how that they're going to handle people and situations and things. But I think you've got to be really careful. I never wanted to be a celebrity and get to like and try to just be a celebrity. Like I wanted people to know me through music. So when I'm on a stage, I like attention because that's what I'm doing. I'm trying to be there to move them for that night and inspire them and help them have a great night. But otherwise, in my private life, I just try to live my life, raise my kids. I got 5 kids. I got 4 girls and a boy. My girls are 14.
What number did that boy come in?
He's last.
That boy, he finally
give
got
us
his
hope a little
boy.
bit.
Yeah,
He's 11.
man.
4 girls and then the boy. He's 11, but my girls are 14, 16, 17, 18.
Ooh,
And
You were in hell
he's
for a
in it
little
right
bit.
now.
Yeah,
no,
it was.
it's awesome, dude. I love my girls. I
Yeah.
love them. And it's like anything, but half of my life as opposed to a lot of people and artists that don't have kids or whatever. But I have my kids half the time. And when I have them, that's my 100% focus. I'm their bitch.
Yeah,
I'm all the games, all the things. And I want to do that. I don't want to look back and miss out on those things. You know, I make a lot of sacrifices to do what I do, but that eats up half my time. And then the weeks that I don't have them, I can work, I can adventure, I can refill my cup and detox from all the stuff, man. You know,
yeah.
try to be creative.
Yeah.
But being the business leader and being a creative are hard hand in hand because you can be consumed by all the fires of all the stuff you have to deal with all the time.
Right. Independence. That seems like a rare thing in your industry. Was it always that way, or was there like a
No,
break?
I had
You got
management.
to a point?
I had management early on. I had labels early on and all of that. And it was necessary at the time. And then as you get your own machine going and figuring it out, it's like you look at it, and you're also competing with other people. Like if you're with a management company, they have 20 acts.
Right.
So you're competing for attention with everything else that's going on with the other people that they have. And for a lot of people that don't really have a left brain, they aren't really business centered or whatever, like they need that. Like I need a business manager. I was terrible at paying my bills, like not because I couldn't figure out how to make the money, just because back then we didn't have auto pay. We had to like put a stamp on a check and put it in the mail. And I was allergic to that. Like, I don't know why, but I would drive to the place to pay my power bill, like drive over there and like give them a check. I don't know what my mental block, but as soon as I could afford to have somebody that was like paying my bills for me, that helped me a lot in my life. So I'm definitely good at what I'm good at, but there's things that I'm awful at, and I got to have my team to back me up on those things.
Yeah. Isn't it funny how like you can do some of the hardest things that most people can't do, but when it comes to the most simplistic things, because we're the same way.
Speak for yourself, man. I am that way too, but speak for yourself.
Okay, I will speak for myself. They're the basics I can barely do. I can barely do the basics.
Yeah,
so I'm with you.
And I told Kendra when we got together, like, look, I'm good at some things. There's some things I'm special.
Yeah.
I'm special. And she's like, no, you're not. You're whatever. And now she's like, you kind of are special.
Yeah,
I'm
no
like,
doubt.
I told you, I never.
Like
I'm trying to hide it.
I'm still on my family plan from high school.
Yeah.
My phone bill.
Obviously, you've had a bunch of success. What, like in the beginning, though, like how long did it take you from like the start of like, okay, I want to be an artist, I want to do music too. Okay, this is my big break.
So I was 14. I know I wanted to play music professionally. I know I want to build a camp. Those are the two things that were most important to me. And
build a camp. Is this the hunting? Camp
Southern Ground. No. We built a campus, like a university level campus where we serve kids and veterans.
Okay.
And that's in Georgia.
14 years old. You 14. Said, I want to do that.
I want to do that. I worked at camp. I was a counselor, product of camp. And then I worked at staff for 3 years. After that, living there all summer. Kids that don't have any mentorship in their areas where they are, if you dip them in the right environment for a week and let them show them a different way, like it's cool because the camps that I worked at in my camp now is a diversity model. So we've got kids that are on the spectrum, kids from underserved areas, kids from military families that might have lost their parent or parent was dismembered or taken their life. And then you have kids, mainstream kids that might not know how to appreciate anything they have. They're just like spoiled and have everything, but don't have any perspective.
Yeah.
But when you take everybody in that group, all of them are in the same group together, running for a week together, having to overcome things, having to learn about people that are different than them. It can change the trajectory of their life entirely in a week. So I was a product of that. Camp opened my eyes and made me want to be courageous. Like I went to public school. So if you got up and sang something or did a skit or something in public school in front of kids, you're going to get roasted alive.
Roast.
Yeah,
Sixth grade is the most brutal thing in the world.
Yeah.
So camp was the place that was like safe to like be yourself and do that. And a lot of the things that I'm not afraid to do things. Like I'm not afraid. What if someone thinks this? Well, that's not my problem. Like people are going to hate anything you do. When I first started building the camp, we had a huge public hearing because we were going to have dwellings on the property. We had people throwing vegetables at people that worked at the camp, trying to knock on the door, telling them what we were building close by and things. People were up at arms and like trying to figure out what nefarious reason I would be like building a camp. They're like afraid I was going to build subsidized housing and stuff like that. But it doesn't matter what you do in this world. It's because we hear the voices of so many idiots. If we were in a tribe, if we live in a tribe of people, if you couldn't hear what someone was saying over earshot, you're not supposed to be able to hear what they have to say.
Right.
Nor have they earned the right or respect or any accomplishment in their life where I might even want to listen to something that they would say. But we live in a world where kids, I can't imagine kids having to make it through and figure out who they are, because if you don't really pay attention, the devices and the internet will raise your children.
Yeah.
And if you're not there to know who they are and what they're becoming and the things they have to deal with these days compared to, I used to have to break in my parents' room, break in a dresser, break in a box to get a dirty magazine.
Yeah.
And now kids with an unlocked phone can
hell yeah.
can watch bestiality with whatever they like get a hold of. Like the innocence is gone. One kid with an unlocked phone, like, hey, look at this. And it's like, God knows what.
That's how it started for me. Not bestiality, but the unlocked phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or
Someone
you
had
like
that old
find-
sidekick and they flipped over. I was like, what we got here? I was like in 8th grade.
It's
Or
a
you-
weird
my
Or
time
you
God.
like
we
find
live
ways
in.
around everything. It's like you remember when you could like jailbreak your iPhone. Like you can get away with pretty much anything.
Yeah.
It's wild. And they know so much about it and they're so savvy. Like they pick it up so
They get
fast.
way smarter than you, way faster, I bet.
Yeah.
But so you wanted to do this. So you went to camp, you realized how much of an impact it had on you,
Yeah.
and you wanted to make sure somebody else had that as well.
Yeah.
So at 14 years old, going through puberty, you're like, I want to do music and I want to give back.
I want to do a camp.
What was the process in getting all that started?
So I love that I had a purpose from that age, because everything that I did working toward that, the amount of time I spent practicing my guitar, listening to other music, learning cover songs. So by the time I was playing in bars when I was 17, I knew 1,000 cover songs. So I could play whatever. I would look at the people that were sitting there by what they had on, by their age, try to figure out something that they might like to hear. Because the chances are when you see somebody playing in a restaurant, it's a 50-50. It's going to be terrible or it's going to be okay.
Yeah.
So you got to win them over. And so you try to, I prepared myself trying to figure out how to reach people. And maybe if they listen to a few covers that they like in that vein, like, you test out some Floyd on them or test out, some Bill Withers or something, like see whatever makes their head tap. Then after you kind of earn their respect, then you can slip in an original song.
Yeah.
So what I did is I created a business model. So I went into sports bars that didn't have live music. And I just said, I'm going to come here and I'm going to play. And I did this for 6 years. 6 years, 6 nights a week. I played 4 to 6 hours a night in sports bars. And I went to the places, talked to the owner and just said, let me come play here every Tuesday night or Wednesday, whatever day it was. And this was in Georgia, Alabama, and Florida. I hired a guy to drive my truck for me. I'd sleep against the window in my truck through the night, getting to the other places. And then eventually I just said, I want the door. Like we'll charge $3 or $5 at the door. So on a Wednesday, Tuesday night in different places, I was bringing in 200 or 300 people into a sports bar to come in to see us play. And I was making, $900 at the door, and I could pay a good sound guy. I could pay a band. I could pay people to come there. But if I'd have gone to Nashville and tried to get a gig, you making $50 a night playing where it's so saturated. The guys working at Waffle House are better guitar players than me. I'm serious.
Yeah.
Like wicked crazy players. There's so much saturation and there's not a market for it. So what I had to, and one thing that I've always had, and I think it's the most valuable trait in success period, is hustle.
Mm-hmm.
I was slinging candy out of my backpack when I was in elementary school,
Amen.
quarter blow pops, 3 Jolly Rancher sticks
Bro,
for $1.
those kids were the best.
And
too.
chocolate bars, bro.
You get like
$2.
$1.25. You go to class, you know, little Johnny over
That's
here.
right.
He's got everything for you.
I was living on
Open that thing up in the during recess.
That's it. In the bathroom, whatever it is. Yeah.
I'd sell, but I was a big time consumer too. Big time consumer.
Yeah.
I was only a consumer.
So that was my hustle, man. Music was my hustle, and it was my way of doing it. And I had no idea where it's going to end up or whatever, but I wasn't going to let anybody talk me into not doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And about when I was probably 20, record labels started coming sniffing around, seeing that I was bringing in and selling out theaters, selling out, places with, 4,000 or 5,000 people in them. And they were trying to figure out what it is, but they were like, you got to figure out. I remember one of the record label heads talked to my lawyer when they were like leaving town. He was like, he's got to decide what kind of artist he is. He just doesn't know that yet. And they would come and go, we're going to put a cowboy hat on you and some boots and stuff. And we're going to, get you. And I'm just like, I'm just going to be me. So it took 10 years from that point to actually feel comfortable enough to sign a record deal.
Mm-hmm.
So for the first 6 years, it was me and a drummer grinding 6 hours a night, 6 nights a week. Then 4 years of playing with different people around Atlanta to getting to the point to where we could afford to have a bus where I could actually lay down flat and sleep while we're traveling. And then basically, so it was 10 years after we set out, like, we're going to make it. We're going to be big next year. It was 10 years after that to get to the beginning. And that's when Chicken Fried came out. We made the right record with Keith Stegall, and then it's a winding path. It's a long story about how it all went down, but we'd signed with a huge brand new record label that had like Madonna, Jay-Z, U2, and us.
Mm-hmm.
And we were the developing act in the thing. Then that whole record label dissolved, and I had the album I'd made on my own, and then I released it with them, and then I released it again with Atlantic Records. But I had some leverage by then because we had a number 1 song on the radio and no label.
Okay.
So I was able to strike a deal with Atlantic Records, who was my first, big record label that that I worked with. But I was able to leverage getting my masters back. It took 8 years to get them back.
That's when you re-released Chicken Fried?
I re-released Chicken Fried. It was the 3rd time that album had come out with the 2nd record label that it came out, and we had a number 1 currently.
Yeah, how does that process work? How do you release an album 3 times?
Yeah.
Just 'cause
I
it
released it on my
label?
own,
Okay,
Yeah.
got it.
and then there was a huge thing cooking with this huge company that was trying it. It wasn't their model, but they were going to do a record label.
Mm-hmm.
So then we signed with them.
And when you sign with them, they now have the master of Chicken
They
Fried.
had the masters.
So when that breakup or whatever happens, you can't use Chicken Fried anymore.
No, I can use it. They just make the majority of the money from it.
Got you. Okay.
So it's broken down into 3 buckets, right? If you're an artist, recording artist and a songwriter, your songwriting is broken up into your writer's share and a publisher share. And I own both of those. And then there's your masters, who owns the actual master recording. That makes about 5 times. And I know this because I'm one of the only artists that owns their masters. So I actually get the payments from all the DSPs. I get the payment from Spotify and from YouTube and all those things myself. So I have optics into how much the labels make off of that, where most people don't. Every time you sign another record deal, that pushes your masters getting them back like another 8 years, 10 years.
Gotcha.
So they have a way to figure it out. But I'd heard all these stories about people getting taken advantage of. And I was just stubborn enough to like fight for, getting the leverage to be able to get them back.
Mm-hmm.
And then as the time went on, I was able to hire my team of people that handled most of the day-to-day stuff that we needed to do. So then we just stopped using managers. We stopped using the label and, kind of do it on our own. And now we know what it earns, and I can take some of that and keep good people around me to help manage it. But I'm not competing with other artists. I'm not competing with other releases and things like that.
Yeah.
It's a lot of work, but I know how people are treated. I know I'm represented at all times by everyone in my business.
Yeah.
Right. Anyone who's associated with you, you know how
Right.
they're going to treat other people.
Right.
Zac Brown Band and Taylor Swift. I know that was a massive deal when she got her master's.
Right. She did like Taylor's version or something like that.
Yeah.
She just re-recorded them all, and asked her fans to listen to those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Instead of
She's
the
got
other
an
ones.
army out there, man.
Yeah,
You got to
for sure.
watch out for them.
It's a full-blown military.
She's a force. Man.
It is. This is the most powerful military in the world, actually, is what it is.
She's a force.
Dude, you've collaborated with so many different people like Alan Jackson and Jimmy Buffett and Kid Rock. Like, how do those conversations take place? Like you've done the masters thing. You were just stubborn enough to ask the right questions and get what you wanted. and then these big time stars as well. Like, how do those conversations take place? Like, hey, I like your shit. You like my shit. Let's do something together.
Yeah,
Is it that simple?
You seek them out. It's like, this is a dream. Like, I want to have Jimmy Buffett on a song. I ended up meeting him at a campsite.
Mhm.
Like, he's sitting there eating a pie, and me and my bass player walking by and like sit down and start talking to him, and we ended up being friends from that. And then I sent him a song like, hey, we got a song. We had traction. We'd already had, 5 or 7 number ones at that time. And so I think our success, and then us being real genuine fans of him, talking him into doing it. Same way with Dolly. We just released the song with Dolly Parton. Just came out a couple weeks ago. And she is the best. It's called Butterfly. She is such an incredible, there'll never be another Dolly. Like the most published, most brilliant female writer ever. But that was a dream. It was a dream to have like a full orchestra, like 40 people come in, record 40 pieces of an orchestra and put it in. So we did it on the song with Dolly. And she's an angel, man. But what she's saying on this, I sent her the song and like, sing whatever you want. And when I got back what she's saying, I was just like, she is a fucking ninja, dude.
Yeah.
She is a ninja.
Didn't she have like a song that she wrote and produced that she like buried under like, was it Dollyland, Dolly World or something like that? That will not be released until she's passed away or a certain date.
That wouldn't surprise me.
I just heard a crazy story about her
Just
like that.
next
It's like,
level thinking.
that's next level thinking if
Legacy.
that's true. And I'd love to know if that is, if we can find out.
She's
because
a legend, man.
I saw that in passing, probably Instagram, and I'm like, oh shit, you see this?
Who's a collaboration you'd love to do in the future?
Adele's one that I've always wanted to do.
Oh, that would.
I love Adele. I love her voice. I met her. She played at some country thing. She was singing something with Darius Rucker at this thing. She came up to me. I'd never seen her name before. This is when the record 19 was out.
Mm-hmm.
I hadn't heard of her. And she walked up and she's like, I really love your music. And I was like, oh, thank you. And I thought it was like Adelaide or something. I didn't even know how to say her name.
Really?
And then the next year, she came out with 21. And it was like the biggest record ever.
And she's exploding.
And I listened to her when I ride my motorcycle.
Yeah.
I would put that record on and listen to it like 1,000. So when I could just like, whenever I listen to it, I can almost feel the wind on my face.
Yeah.
And I was late getting to the scene on her because I could have talked to her and connected with her right there. But she's pretty untouchable now and kind of does what she wants to do. But she's definitely my top that would dream collab.
Is there any conversations taking place with her right now?
Not currently.
Whispers.
She was at the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame when we did we were the band for Dolly for her Rock and Roll Hall of Fame induction.
Mm-hmm.
So we got to back her up on all of her songs, and she was there, but I didn't get to meet her.
You should just like shoot her a DM, like, what's up with this collab?
Yeah.
With the eye emoji.
Yeah.
Yeah, it says here, Dolly buried a song in a time capsule at Dollywood that will not be heard until she is 99 years old. I mean, Sherm just wrote that, so you could have just lied. Is that
Copied and pasted.
Copied and pasted, so you know it's factual.
Yes, sir.
From the internet.
From the internet. Gotta have it.
Was there ever a moment, because you're right, I agree with you on the hustle part, but 6 years, especially when you're in like the late teens, you're a young man, like, just young, wild and free. But as you're playing, 6 nights a week, 6 hours a night, is there ever a moment where you're like, this is about to be it, whether it's a breakthrough or even this might be it, like I'm going to have to turn and do something else?
I was never going to turn and do something else because we went to Panama City Beach with our van and our new CD that we'd had made, a 5-song CD, and my dog and like all our gear, and drove to Panama City, and we would set up and plug in anywhere where somebody would give us a power outlet. We'd plug in and set up outside, and we did that for a week or two. Played at this guy's daiquiri shack. He had like a trailer with the daiquiri machines in it.
Let's
and
go.
we played sitting outside of this thing. And then that turned into meeting some people that owned a really nice house on Roberts Drive that let us sleep in their garage. So me and the drummer sleeping in a double bed together for like a month. And then we found a house gig at this place like that let us play every week. And, they let us play 10 nights in a row, 6 hours a night for $150 a night. So he's giving us $1,500. And we had to prove ourselves sweating outside in Panama City in the summertime. And but I loved the whole process. I loved all of it. There were moments that I thought, yeah, we're going to meet these people and we're just going to be big. You know what I mean? And then when we left Panama City, we did that for a few years. Then we went to New Orleans. We're like, okay, now we're going to go conquer New Orleans. we left New Orleans so fast. I think the devil lives in New Orleans.
Vampires definitely live in New Orleans.
If you were there when we drove in, it was like 3 a.m. in our busted old van that like 5 out of the 8 cylinders worked in it, and gas is just like spraying inside the car. It's like, I sold my life insurance policy my dad gave me to buy this $1,200 like van from the 70s, like a Good Times van, like bubble windows,
Hell
like
yes.
orange shag carpet. So we're living out of this van, and we get to New Orleans, and that's Oprah. That was a different one. That was much later.
Oh, that's a nicer version.
Yeah, that's nicer. But the Good Times van was the first vehicle we were in. But when I thought we were going to make it in New Orleans, and we went there, and it was all jazz and blues. Nobody would have us. Nobody would let us go in and play. 3 days, we had $20 left. I was living off a gas card. I was like, I could get Doritos and bologna and white bread and Natural Light. If you made enough money in tips, you could drink Bud Light. But
Yeah.
you know, you're on the Natural Light train for a long time. So then we had to kind of come home and regroup, and I started playing more around Atlanta, and then only going to Panama City for some of the summer times. But man, it was always a grind, and there was the option. Giving up was never an option. It was like, what's the next thing? How can we get in front of new people, new audiences, and things like that? And once Chicken Fried came out on the radio, and we had a song, then we started opening for Alan Jackson and Dave Matthews Band and Kenny Chesney, and opening for people and getting to play in front of people. But we'd been honing our craft and our skill. I mean, having a band's a lot like having a sports team. Like, everybody's got to be good at their job. They got to show up and be solid. They can't be, drunk and wasted. Like, got to have good life skills, discipline. And we did that. And then not long after, we stopped anybody drinking before the show, because we would smash a bottle of Jaeger before the show. This was a 4-piece band. A bottle of Jaeger during the show and a bottle or two after the show. And so, like, all my rock star days and shit like that was like from 20 to 23,
short-lived.
So
short runway.
Yeah. But after that, it was pretty much like, it was business after that. But I knew what it does. And I've been sober now for 8 years. So
Really?
Congratulations.
Yeah, for me, I know what it does, and I just want to feel good every day now.
Yeah.
And anything I can do to invest in me feeling good, from life coaching to therapists to plant medicine to whatever, like, I'm in on that, because as you get older, like, you guys 40 yet?
No,
Anybody?
he's pretty much 40.
I just turned 36. Yeah, I'm getting
Yeah.
there.
So when you turn 40, your warranty runs out. So you better start investing and feeling good. You can get away with it when you're younger, but for me, it was, I've got a lot of kids to raise. I've got to stay on the path. I got to figure out what's happening. Yeah, that was when we were first the 5-piece band.
Yeah, it's fun when you're like 23, 24, and then right around 25, I every time I would have like 1 or even 2 drinks, like the next day I just feel terrible forever. And then you have kids.
You live.
And your
feeling
kids want to
terrible.
play the next day, and you're just like, Dad can't, man.
I should have
tough.
stopped way sooner. Not because I had a problem with it, just because it was taken away from things that matter.
Yeah,
And it doesn't. Nobody's life gets worse because they quit.
no doubt.
What would you tell like young artists who would have the big time hustle mentality, and you're kind of living through those moments of probably discouragement, like when you leave in New Orleans and everything else, where you're feeling discouraged, but also you're trying to balance it with that intensity and focus to like stay locked in for the bigger picture, to like keep going?
Yeah, I mean, people always told me like I had to get a degree. You have to get a degree. You have to have a plan B. I'm like, if I'm putting energy into plan B, I'm not putting it into plan A. The people that succeed are the ones that never give up, no matter what anybody says. And unless you have the grit to be able to do that, yeah, you can't quit and give up. And you got to be really good to everybody along the way. That's the way you treat people is a direct result in your environment that you keep, your environment of your friends and the people. If you don't keep expanders around you as your friends, if you got people, you've been boys a long time, but whatever, they love to get trashed and whatever, if you slip off into that world with them. So you have to really be tight with your circle, and that will directly determine your success, the environment that you keep. Keep the things around your house that help you feel healthy and feel good. Like, I turned all my bars into like, tea and juice and, smoothie bars and stuff like that. So I still have something I can go make that I like, but it's different context, but I wish that I had learned sooner. And I tell people this, like, try to stay out of debt, treat everybody like gold, be around people that are really good at what you want to do so you can learn from them, clean their toilets, bring them coffee, do whatever you got to do to be around those people. And you got to work your ass off. Like there's no shortcut. There's no way. People that get made super famous on YouTube overnight and stuff like that, like you're happy for them, but the dues that I paid grinding as much as I have made me appreciate people so much. And that love is all the way through my crew and my people. Like everybody's job is equally as important as mine. And they come to bat for me. And Charlie Daniels has one of my favorite quotes. He was like, my greatest accomplishment is having 37 of my friends help me for 35 years, like play music and do that. So the team that I have, the people around me, you can't buy culture and you can't buy momentum. You have to build those things for yourself. And then every decision you make is a crossroads.
Yeah.
And there's so many times just one decision could have changed things. But even when you get beat up or whatever, you got to get back up and keep going or you're not going to make it. So there are people that are like, yeah, I think I want to do music. It's like, no, you better fucking know.
Right.
And you better give it everything you got. And you better learn everything you can from anybody around you, you know, and only listen to people that are doing better than you. Because there's all these people and they want to tell you how to create, what to do, whatever. The people that write reviews on shit and slam other people's stuff have never done anything in their life to fucking create anything. Those are the people, they hide behind their screens. They'd never come up to my face and say this stuff, but they're the ones that are always tearing you down. And you got to be resilient. And I think when you have a big light that you're trying to shine out there, there's forces that are always going to try to be distracting you from who you are and what you're doing. And you just got to not let that steer your joy and try to keep going. I'm no master of that. I deal with stuff all the time. And I'm like, really? Like, again? Like, but I know that it's my cross to bear. And as the leader, and it's really not up to the fan. Fans shouldn't have to know the struggle and all that. They just know that they come to a show and they get an amazing experience and they can come back the next time. And it's competitive in that way. If you're not doing something that's special, every time you come back to a city, if you play the same show, they're not going to keep coming back. So you got to keep reinventing what you're doing and how to engage and have a great show.
On that note, matter of fact, my wife and I, when we were dating, you guys were the first concert we went to together as a couple.
Let's go.
And your boy was fired up when Enter Sandman comes into the fold. Can you talk about, mixing over into that genre? You're covering, you got Enter Sandman going to Metallica. Next thing you know, they're playing at your shows.
Yeah, for sure. It's, I love those curveballs where you play things that people would never expect you to play. Like we'll pull out some Rage or we'll pull out some Beastie Boys or pull out something. I love being able to just play what I want to play.
Yeah.
There's nobody that's telling me I can't do that or I can't record this or I can't do that. But for us dynamically, like there's not a lot of people that just love one little type of music and one thing. There's some purists, but a lot of people, like we're exposed to lots of things. Like I love good hip hop. I love good EDM. I love good jazz, good swing, good whatever it is that's going on. And so we make the music we want to make. But in our live shows, if you haven't seen our band's one, you have to see to kind of get it and understand what it is. And it's different every time we come, but there's going to be things that we're going to play that no one would expect us to play. Like, oh my God, what are they doing?
Buddy, when Enter Sandman came, I looked over, wow, what you know about this one, sweetheart? We're going to rock out for
one
a
of our first
now.
dates.
Yeah,
that's
I love
awesome.
That. I love that.
You talked about every decision you make is a crossroads when you're going through the path that you're going through. What are some decisions that you might have made in the past that you would change now?
Man, I think maybe opening my mouth a little bit about how I feel about certain things. Like, I definitely have strong opinions. I'm definitely, as far as music goes, like I can respect that somebody has their hustle and a lot of people love it. I might not love it, but I think I shouldn't, maybe looking back on some of the things, I shouldn't really talk about how I feel about other people's craft necessarily. Just because it doesn't do it for me doesn't mean that it's bad. And I try to preface it with that, but I'm a music snob in the sense that I want to hear something that moves me.
Yeah.
I want to be inspired by it. I want to hear somebody say something in a way that hasn't been said, with the right melody, with the right harmony, with the right thing to move me. So I definitely think there are times when people have asked my opinion on things and I didn't think that was going to be shared out to the fucking world. That got shared out. And it was like, that wasn't my intention to do that, was to try to, say something about somebody else's craft. I think there's a couple times where I wish I just not shared my opinion about it on things. So I try to be a little more aware of that, but it's also the level of sensitivity that's required these days compared to when I grew up is, it's crazy now, the level of sensitivity a lot of the world has, but hopefully it's swinging back the other way a little bit. I see some good hope and good things, and I'm a big comedy fan. So I grew up with listening to Richard Pryor and Eddie Murphy and, George Carlin and things, and seeing there was uber sensitivity of the last few years, and now it seems to be lighting up and people can just do things for a laugh again. Like we need to laugh. We need music is medicine. Laughing is medicine and those things. So I love those things too. And I write like some dirty, raunchy songs. My sense of humor is dark. Like I have a dark sense of humor.
Yeah.
And I love it. That's what keeps us laughing and going down the road. But my heart is solid gold. Like I don't, I never want to do anything at the expense of someone else.
Right.
And I think sometimes in the past when I've talked about certain things, that's something that maybe that I would change. But I would also not try to do 80 businesses at one time. I would be more singularly focused on the things that are the best use of my time. You drink out of a fire hydrant. I tried to have a record label. I had a huge building with like 165,000 square feet where I was manufacturing things, manufacturing knives and leather bags and CNC wood shop, CNC metal shop, and all of our graphic artists, our film company, all of our accountants, had an auto body shop in there where we did like custom vehicles and things like that. And
literally everything.
Everything.
The more,
and trying to be a dad.
Yeah, ain't trying to be dead. Ain't trying to write music.
Yeah.
I would have definitely simplified things a lot, but I think that's something that I had to learn on my own, that, you only have so much time. And if you can't do something really well, which takes a significant amount of your pie chart, if your time is a pie chart, those things take up time. And if you have so many things, just because you can do something doesn't mean you should. You can collaborate with somebody that's already making it or doing something and like be creative in a way that you want. But I'm an artist, like not just in music. That's just one of the mediums. That's the medium I've spent the longest time on. But I like to make things. I like to create things, and I'm always studying gear, like people's gear that they make. Like as far as the knives go, like I would get knives, and there would be one thing I hated about it. I love the knife, I hate the clip, or I love the clip, hate the knife, and so I wanted to fix that. Like all the things that I know functionally that a knife should be, I want to make that. So we did it American made, and but it's hard. It's hard for knife makers right now, especially because like Instagram took all knife makers off. They don't allow it on there anymore. They consider it weapons, and
really, so
many great knife makers right now don't really have a marketing vehicle to broadcast and sell the things that they make anymore. That's part of the sensitivity for things, but I've carried a knife in my pocket since I was 5 years old. And I feel naked without one.
Well, a 5-year-old doesn't feel very responsible. But
I did. I had one in my pocket I didn't take it out. I didn't brandish it. I wasn't like showing it off to other kids, but I had one, and I just like knowing. Yeah, there's our site there for Southern Guy. It's different stuff.
Mom looks over
we
you, Zachary. Give me the knife before you go to school.
Mom, come on. I love the clip. I love the knife.
Gives it to her and then grabs one in a little secret spot.
He's got another one somewhere else for sure.
Yeah.
Figuring out how to say no when everything's kind of going your way has got to be a very difficult thing.
You have to say no a lot to be sane.
Yeah, everybody wants something from you. You believe in your head because you're younger. You're like, I can do everything, and then you say yes to so many things, and all of a sudden you have so many irons and so many different fires, and it's like, what do you really have time for? Because everything's kind of turning out as okay, not great.
You don't have time to take care of yourself,
right?
And you have to look every few years and redefine what success means to you currently. Because at first it was like, okay, how do we get #1 songs on the radio? How do we do that? And then we built a whole team to be able to do that, and did that for 6 years. And then you don't get a #1 song because you have a good song. You get one because you've serviced every major company out there and given them free shows and free things and shown up and done it. And then you have a good song too that's reacting. But giving that much away, when I had little ones at home for so long, I just got to the point where I was like, I don't care how it affects my, the amount of money that I make. I care about just being a sane human being. And I had to disconnect from it for 4 or 5 years. So I stopped doing all of those things and just focused on playing shows. Because you become a politician. You become, it's all political, all of those things. If you're going to win an award show, it's because you're with a label that has a huge voting share in the amount of votes that go to that thing. And then they trade with another label that has, like, they might want this label's votes for their artists that they not competing in, and they will trade their votes and things. So you look behind the curtain on a lot of those things, and I'd just rather not be someone's horse than to have to go, be the monkey they let out of the cage and tell you what to do, what to create, how to create it, and all those things. We're never going to win Entertainer of the Year or anything like that or whatever, because we're not part of those. We're not one of their horses. And they do a great job glorifying their artists and the public perception of those people by doing that. But for us, I mean, we sell out stadiums, and that's an award for us every night. And I try to remind my band of that, because they'll invite us to come and nominate us, but they won't have a chance in hell in winning. And it's always disappointing for my band. I'm like, hey, like, we're winning. We win because we get to do what we want to do, be ourselves, play the music, connect to our fan base, which no one can take away from us. And it's just a different kind. It's just how you measure it, you know, how you measure your success. And it's always a moving target and always feeling out. So this was a year where I was like, we need a spectacle. We need something that's a big reminder to cut through things, because people can listen to a million different things that's free on their phone. Yeah. You get on YouTube and listen to millions of different things.
Yeah, the access to music is bigger than ever.
And so you need to have something to cut through that. What are you going to do that's big enough to make people pay attention and realize, oh shit, they're not just complacent and slowing down and just like, you know, riding off into the sunset. Like, we're pushing the boundaries of what we can do for our fans. And that's why we're doing Sphere. You know, the Sphere show, December, is the biggest project we've ever taken on by tenfold. And it's important to do something that's unforgettable there, to just remind people, I want to be in that same, you know, legacy era or legacy act as like the Rolling Stones or the Grateful Dead. And that, what that requires is your community that you create around your music and your following and all those things. You have to do something to keep them engaged, to keep them going. And artistically, this is the greatest canvas that's ever been created for creativity. Yeah. And getting to do that is a huge honor, and it's a massive undertaking in the middle of everything that's happening. So making this album, finishing it, producing it, the same night of the first show of the Sphere is the album release. So all the promo this entire year is leading up to that first night at the Sphere. But making great music, you know, I feel better now than I did 20 years ago. Like, I feel great creatively. I've learned a lot. I've learned a lot about producing, how to make the music translate the way that I want, leading the band. And it's just, it's cool. This is a cool year. It's one of those years to bet on yourself, because it's not a big money making opportunity, but it's exposure wise and prestige wise is the biggest thing that there is.
Have you been able to check out a couple shows at the Sphere yet?
I've been to 5.
Buddy, we were able to go to the UFC in September.
That's my favorite sport.
And then,
my God, it was incredible. It was like a Mortal Kombat scene every single time, and they would change it, and there'd be a storyline that brought up both of the fighters. Right. Like, I've never seen anything like it. And you're watching it and looking up, but then you look behind you, and there's even more going on behind you that it's truly like almost a 360-degree view of all these incredible things. It was amazing.
I love Dana. That Dana did that there. UFC is my favorite sport. So I competed in judo in college, and then I learned about all of the positions and everything in MMA, and watching from like King of the Cage, like super early on, to watching Pride, to watching, you know, UFC when it started. But I've been like a fan of it. Like, I religiously, if I watch, like I played football 11 years. I love football, but UFC is that's my jam. Yeah. Like, religiously watch it all the time.
It's
You're
so
a big
much fun,
Gracie
man.
fan, weren't you?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Well, and watching the evolution of the sport,
Yeah.
from back when it was single disciplines of everybody coming in competing with each other, and then jiu-jitsu was just so superior early on, but now everybody trains jiu-jitsu. They all train wrestling, they all train Muay Thai, they all train boxing, they all train, and now you've seen literally the worst guy in the UFC would have killed everybody back in those early UFC days, just because of marrying of everyone's discipline from all over the world.
Remember that first UFC where it was like the big fat guy,
Emmanuel Yarbrough?
Yeah, where he catches
sumo.
the kick, in the mouth. We thinking of the same one? You know what I'm talking about? JP? JP's
He's talking about Paul Varlins, maybe the guy that got leg kicked to death.
Yeah, well, there's this lanky guy against this fat dude, and kind of catches him on all fours and just slices him right there in the mouth. Or there's like no weight classes.
There was no weight. The only
Royce Gracie's wearing a gi out there.
This right here.
That's Ken Shamrock and Royce Gracie right there.
Just putting the heel in the ribs. My God.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a sport. Like, you play football for as long as we have to play, and you're like, man, we're really tough. And then you walk in and watch those fights go down. I don't know if you've ever been to one, but if you can go check out UFC Apex, like the small little, like maybe like 200, 300 people in there. the intimacy of that fight is crazy.
Yeah.
It's just like family and friends.
Right.
And people come in, you can hear every blow.
Yep.
You can literally put a headset on and listen to them, the
Yep.
corners talk. It is crazy.
And not that the dudes aren't the hungriest at the top in the main event, but those are the
those are
hungriest
the they're
boys
all
right
going
there.
for a knockout.
Yeah,
Like they're going
yeah.
for the kill every single time. It's so much fun, man. We've been to I don't even know how many now.
I love going to fights when I can go.
We're going out next week. I can't wait.
Sick.
Yeah. Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
it's
there
a
was good
good
back
time.
then. There was a guy, Emmanuel Yarbrough, who was like a sumo wrestler. He was like 600 and something pounds, and he fought this dude Keith Hackney, which was like 220, and he was like a Kenpo karate guy. I mean, the guy was curling like 4 plates. The sumo wrestler guy,
No shit.
just repping 4 plates like this, just unbelievably strong. But that guy, like, that's him. That's Emmanuel Yarbrough.
yeah.
this motherfucker.
He got
barely got
chopped.
them
Taylor,
stairs.
no weight classes,
the first
bro.
Keith Hackney comes in and chops him like a ridge hand on his nose, knocks him down, and then breaks his hand, like smashing it on the back of his head because he couldn't get up. But you can watch the first part of this fight right here.
This dude just walling out to the middle.
He's 600 pounds.
Yo,
You don't
it's
say.
So nuts.
That is.
There it is, right there.
Oh.
Bam, right in the nose.
He's not.
And he's
coming
down,
back out.
and then
Oh shit! Oh shit! No rules.
he gets
I
out.
brought him in his
he gets
world.
out.
How'd he get out?
He got out, and then he couldn't get up, and he broke his hand, smashing, trying to punch this guy's head was like a rhinoceros.
Throws him out of the cage.
Broke the cable ties on the cage.
Just wearing clothes.
Yeah, he gets him. He gets him down again,
Get back
and
in
he ends
there,
up
man.
winning, but he couldn't compete further because this is back when it was brackets. You had to
you
fight 3
fought
times
more-
a night.
yeah,
No
yeah, fought
way.
more
This is
than
back
once
when it
in
was
a
like
night.
Dan Severn days and guys like that are.
So these guys get done.
He went down again.
Hey,
Now
this
look
is-
right here. This is where he broke his hand. There's no gloves. The wrists aren't taped.
He's just getting smoked.
It's just straight. This is blood
Punch the
sport.
back of the head. Yeah, this is cockfighting.
Yeah, yeah.
Whipping that thing.
The ref just not calling the fight.
I mean,
Yeah, that's John McCarthy too.
Yeah. They just
John
going.
McCarthy. Dude, I love this sport so much. It's just, it is my favorite. And getting to hang with the fighters. So I was telling y'all, I think I've never lost a game of slaps in my life. And so you put your hands here, one guy's here, and you have to hit their hands. And when you miss, it's the other person's turn. And whoever gives up first loses. But I've been playing with some of the UFC fighters. Like we'll go to the fight and hang out beforehand. Like I played with Diego Lopez and some of the guys. But it's a super fun game, and I love watching the slap fighting too. It's so fun to
So
watch.
yeah,
So you'll go
yeah,
against
power
you'll go
slap.
against the UFC guys and beat them.
You beat
Again.
Diego Lopez?
Oh yeah,
Damn.
And you know
What?
too, they're
You
sleeping
got,
on
you got
TV.
video evidence of this?
yeah. It's online.
Of you beating them in slaps?
Yeah,
Okay. Pull it up, sure.
You said, look in his
Pull it
eyes,
up.
man.
And you said you competed in jiu-jitsu and
yeah. I was on the
college?
judo team at my college.
So that begs the question of all the musicians out there that are around your age and weight class. Is there anybody you think that would give you a run for your money in the octagon?
Oh, I don't roll anymore because of my fingers.
Fair.
So you're gonna rip your fingers on gis and stuff too. So I don't roll anymore, but I love to watch it, and I'll play slaps with somebody. That's my game. I'll play, but you're slapping each other's hands instead of each other's faces.
Yeah.
We would in high school we would do like during camp we would do like all the freshmen to get us all together and make us do like slap boxing, and then we'd all go into like somebody's room and then be like, all right, you two, you have to slap box each other. I remember sitting there as a freshman being like, please God, I don't want to do this.
Right?
But then all seniors were like, you have to. I'm like, all right, fuck. See,
Well, you're a giant, dude. I bet you
yeah,
were
I was
slapping
tall,
people's
but I
lips
was like
off.
Mike from Monsters Inc., dude. I was like kind of round in the middle, skinny little
Oh, okay.
limbs. I got my ass tossed around a little bit, I'll be honest. But yeah, it's about as much fighting as I can do. We want to hit Bud
Just
Light
pull up
question?
me and Diego
let's,
Lopez. Just pull up both of our names there.
yeah, let's see. We got to see it.
So you start hands on the head, you said.
Hands on the head. The other person puts their hands down, and if you separate your hands more than like 4 or 5 times, then the other person, it can change hands.
Okay.
So then you got to keep it together if you've already given your whiffs or whatever. But you read when they're going to do it, and it's just straight down slapping their hands, and you try to slap them as hard as you can. But there are people that are just tough and wouldn't give up. I played with one of the dudes that was an American Gladiator. Remember the guy Wolf? That was like, you ever watch American Gladiator?
I remember watching American Gladiator.
Anyway,
but
I played
don't
with
know
him in
the
a bar,
characters.
and he wouldn't give up. and his hand was like swollen that far. I busted all the blood vessels in his hand, and he wouldn't give up. And I'm like, it hurt my hand from slapping him. Yeah, he's that guy.
Yeah, no doubt.
He wasn't as
That's a
fast
guy
as
that
me, but
doesn't
he was
quit.
just tough. He's just like, I don't care if you break my fucking hand. You know,
Yeah.
he's not giving up. But
Zach's about
he was
to give up, and
singing
he's
country
on
music for a
offense.
little while. He's got this big, like, deep voice. So he was hanging out around Nashville for a while.
Oh, that's awesome.
Love and fear. What do people have to look forward to? And
Now,
do you feel a sense of like nerves knowing the expectation of Zac Brown Band coming out with this new album?
Not at all. I've bled over this album and these recordings and all of the press and all the content for Sphere and all the things. So I'm super proud of it. I'm as proud of this as any record I've ever made. Spent a lot of time writing it, a lot of time producing it and arranging it with my band. And I love it. Every 3 years you get a snapshot of like the best songs that I've written in that amount of time. And but having Snoop on a song, having Dolly on a song, and then I wrote with Dave Grohl on one of the tunes. It's I love it. Those are my babies, man. The songs are like your babies. I chase songs all the time. I'm chasing them all year long. And then the best 10 or 12 or 13 or whatever you put on an album every 2 or 3 years.
Yeah. Dude, isn't it? We were saying it before we got on, but isn't it wild that you've like owned a decade of music? Like, do you ever have those big perspective moments? And it's like,
Yeah. I'm always focusing on, COVID was the first time that I slowed down enough where I actually could reflect on what
Yeah.
I've done. Cause I'm always moving forward. I'm always like, where are we going? Not where we've been, but I wouldn't want to have to figure it all out again. I know that.
Right?
Yeah.
When you have a level of success, when you look back on it, it's like, I can't believe I did all that. That's awesome. But then the thought of like, if I had to do it again, could I?
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there's so many trials and
There's my
tribulations.
lady.
Man, that is. I thought you were a dog.
I am.
What's going on
I got
there?
a daughter going to UT.
Okay.
I got a daughter going to UT and I got a daughter going to Georgia Tech. So now I'm a
Oh my God.
Georgia
Tech.
That's crazy.
part-time Yellow Jacket, part-time Longhorn, but always a dog. Unless, I mean, if Texas is playing the dogs, I'm going dog. It's a house
Got
divided.
to.
at
Yeah,
that
yeah,
point.
yeah. House divided for sure.
Yeah.
Like that last game of the year, got to play Georgia Tech.
Yeah.
That's
And last year, that was a crazy match. That quarterback almost gutted it out for us there. Yeah,
They've been getting sneaky, man. Georgia Tech's solid. They're a good squad. Bud Light question?
I'm thinking of there's a couple more brewing in my brain.
Go ahead, brew away, dude.
When you're writing when you're writing music, what is the like emotional process like to where you're writing for healing or like writing to like open up an old wound? Like what is that I guess overall process like for you? Sometimes it's like, are you diving into something you're like, oh, I kind of want to back off of this?
You know, that's a good question. It happens all different kinds of ways. Sometimes you'll finish a song in 2 hours. Sometimes I'll sit on a song for 11 years until I have the right line that's missing. Sometimes it's about something personal to me, but maybe from a different perspective. Like there's a song on the new album that's coming out. It's called Thank You for Loving Her. And it's a love song basically telling the guy that got her next, like, thank you for taking care of her because I care about her, even though it didn't work between us.
Mm-hmm.
So when I find something that hasn't really been done, I've never heard anybody write a love song to the other guy that ends up with her. Right.
Yeah.
So for me, it's always what do I have to say? If we have a conversation and something's said and I'm like, that's something that I believe in, how do I turn that into a phrase? How do I make that a hook of a song? It happens all different kinds of ways. Sometimes you have a melody, you have a guitar part and you're like, you write something to sing to it. Sometimes you just come up with the melody of what you want to hear and then you put the words into it. A song kind of finds you in a weird way. Like there's bits and pieces of things, but I like to go somewhere really beautiful. Like on my spearfishing trips, that's usually when I write. Like we'll go somewhere beautiful, spearfish all day, come back, hang around, sit with the guitars and by the ocean and write. You know, being somewhere really beautiful helps with inspiration to write. But, you know, some songs are just to be like the Snoop song we have on there. That's a song about smoking herb. Yeah. And it's like, if I'm gonna have a song about that, we got to get Snoop on it. That's the purpose of that's not as deep. But then there's one on this new record called The Sum. And that's like, as far as I can see, the way that you choose to live your life, no matter what other people says or does, you have to, let me explain the lyrics of it. So it says, no good deed goes unpunished and no turn left unstoned. So I find sometimes the people that I've done the absolute most for are the ones that feel somewhat entitled. It ignites some greed or ignites something where they're coming back. And then the next thing you know, if things don't work out and they're gone, they're the ones trying to like extort you.
Mm-hmm.
And people ask me like, well, how do you ever trust anybody? But I think all of that is a test to see if that's going to change your fabric of who you are. If you get jaded by other people's behavior and it changes the way you handle things. I like to err on the side of generosity with people always, because I know I did everything in my power to do it. So even necessarily if that person doesn't necessarily deserve that, I like to do it because I know I did the right thing. And this is the song about that. And it's, no turn left unstoned. It's like sometimes when you're trying to do the most amount of good is when the shit falls and flies on you faster than anything. So it's, you can't let those things change you. And I made a reference on there, if we try to act like Jesus and end up on the cross, remember we can rise again no matter what we lost. It's like, I think being a good person is doing the right thing, even if someone doesn't deserve it. And knowing that's who you are and not letting the amount of times that people come stab you in the back change the fabric of who you are. And that's the sum of who we are. All the hard shit we've learned, the dumb shit we've done and learned not to do that anymore. Like the breaking we have of ourselves and the healing that we have, like we're the sum of those two things. That's the sum of who we are. It's like, and you need the dark to see the stars. So all the bad things that happen help you really appreciate all the good things and the good people and the good things like that. So that one's as deep as any song I've ever written. That'll be out on the 17th of this month. That one and the one I'm with Marcus King. It's coming out.
Oh, Marcus King.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man.
Yeah, well, listening to you explain it too is incredible.
I was just going to say, it's really cool to have you on the bus.
Me
I've been
too,
a massive fan. I know you got a lot of massive fans. You have the vacation songs and everything else.
You guys are crushing it.
Thank you,
Appreciate
bro.
that,
Crushing
man.
it.
Thank you.
Thank you, bro.
Thank you. It's because of guys like you that are willing to come on the show.
Yeah.
That's what it's all
Yeah.
about,
Likewise,
man.
you're
Giving
helping me
people-
spread my message too. And the show at the Sphere. And that's
We got to make it. We should go out to one for sure.
You
'cause
should.
It's
The Sphere or spear fishing?
little column A, column B.
Yeah.
So
make this into a little relationship.
We have a rock song on the album called Animal,
Uh-huh.
and I got Brock Lesnar to come out and film with me. And there's a full
No shit.
like Marvel movie fight between me and Brock in this scene. He's like part of my like alter ego basically, because we
Yeah.
fight between being an animal and a civilized man all the time internally. Like there's times when we just want to punch somebody,
Yeah.
but we don't because we shouldn't and we can't. So, but there's that part of us that's doing it. So it's like me splitting into two people, and it's me and Brock, and we fight each other, and then we come back to. I did challenge Jason Aldean to a slap fight for charity.
For charity.
He was like, "There's better ways to make money." I think that was his return
That's
quote.
funny. That is funny.
Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, man. The two wolves. Better be a warrior in a
Yeah.
gardener in a garden than a gardener in a war.
Yeah.
All those phrases, man. They all play.
Well, those are songs, man. Those
Yeah.
are things that you hear, and you're like, I can make that a story.
Yeah.
I can make that apply. And you try to write something so it applies. If it applies to me and hits me really deeply, if I'm doing it right, you're gonna feel a resonance in your life of what I'm writing about.
Mm-hmm.
That's why great country songs is like the last true form of American poetry that people like actually listen to. I mean, there's some people I'm sure are into poetry still, but you hear a good song, it's timeless. Like a good song will live on and on. So that's what I'm chasing. That's what I'm chasing. That's my main medium, but that's how I've been able to build a camp and help kids and help veterans and raise my family. So I encourage young people to find something when you find what you want to do, don't chase money, stay out of debt so you can chase that down with everything you have, but find something to give back that you believe in and start that early on in your journey, because that's going to directly feed your success and feed a bigger cause other than something bigger than yourself. Because serving, people think they're happy when they're rich and have cars and a nice house and all this shit or whatever. That's not what makes people happy. What really makes people happy is serving other people. And until you do that and learn that and align it with your business, then you're kind of missing out on a lot of the meaning. I feel like we're here to sharpen each other. We're here to help each other, raise each other up, expand each other, help each other to be better. That's in my tribe, in my world, that's what I try to keep around me, but that served me really well.
Well said, man.
That's awesome. That is.
You want to hit him with the Bud Light?
Well, I do have one question.
Okay.
Of all the songs that you have that are out right now, what's the one song you're most proud of?
Right now, it's the song with Dolly Parton.
Yeah.
It's called Butterfly. It's the first song I wrote on the piano. because I can play piano, but I don't really write on it. So I sat down and tried to write a song, and that's what came out, and song for my kids. But having Dolly, the legend, absolutely murder it. When you listen to what she sang on that and how she sang it, you wouldn't know she was 25 or 80. It's unbelievable. That one is one right now that I'm so crazy proud of, and I just love her and everything she stands for. She's done so much in philanthropy as well with her career. Just an incredible woman, and
She's truly one of one,
and
man.
she's hot.
Yeah, kind of.
She's 80, she's about to be 80 years old, and
Yeah.
she's hot, and she's still as talented as any human on the earth.
She's awesome, man. I do. Like, when I was with the Titans, there was those fires in Gatlinburg, and they were doing like a telethon for it.
Yeah.
So the Titans, the Amy Adams Strong, she gave like I don't know if it was like a $50,000 check or whatever, but me and Darrell Casey presented it to her
Oh,
on stage, and she kissed me on the cheek.
oh yeah,
There you go.
That was, I went
Yeah.
home, and I was like, this is one of the biggest moments of my life.
Yeah,
it
man.
was unbelievable.
it is. I
Because she
love
is
that.
such an icon, man.
I
Such
remember
an
those
icon.
fires. I sent my food truck up there, and we fed people.
That's
Because
awesome.
that's back when I used to do eat and greets. So every single show, we
Eat and
brought,
greet is a great idea.
we set up. We had a Featherlight tractor trailer, $1 million kitchen.
Mhm.
That was in a tractor trailer. This full self-contained, full 12-foot vent hood, tilt skillet, walk-in freezer in the front of it. But we'd feed people every single show that we did. We'd have 150 fans and sponsorship people and people like that. We'd feed them. We had a local chef and a bus that had hospitality people that ran it. It was like throwing a wedding every day. We did that for 6 years on the road.
No shit.
And it got a little bit dangerous where there were some crazy people that were coming in, and sometimes when it literally felt dangerous, like this lady just gotten out of jail. She'd been writing letters about it. If I can't have him, no one can, kind of thing, and coming in, and the lady's pacing behind me while I'm talking to people, and the access it gave got a little sketchy after a long time, but that's what we threw every single show for 6 years. And they go to local farms in whatever town we're in, whatever state we're in Ohio. Our chef, Rusty, who's this big, huge personality, that's him. Cajun chef. He's hilarious.
Hell yeah.
But he would
Shout
go
out
get local
Rusty.
protein, local produce, and come back, and we would cook it up for everybody and serve them food, and just to show them that we're one of the people. And it was a great connector for us and our fans. It was a lot of work, but it was great.
That's awesome. And that is also terrifying. Somebody getting out of prison, writing letters about
Yeah,
if I
she's
could
gonna
have
kill
you.
me.
Yeah.
Is that the scariest interaction you've ever had?
That one was, and she was pacing behind me saying, "I can't go back to jail. I can't go back to jail. I can't go back to jail." And like her eyes are shifty and the whole thing, dude. Like I don't
No
know,
shit.
but it was sketchy a few times like that, and I was like, okay, we can't do this anymore. Like it's just another thing that
Yeah, man.
But we sent that food truck to Gatlinburg when that happened, and we fed all the first responders and all the people during the fires, and we had people slinging food out of there for a couple weeks for them. Great people up there at Sevierville, like
Look at old Rusty.
I know. I love the pit up girl too.
Chef Rusty,
Russ is a dog.
and that's some good food we were serving too, man.
All
was
right.
good.
Bud Light question.
All right,
People would do anything for an ice cold Bud Light. What is something that you, Zac Brown, would do anything for?
besides my kids,
Can't say family.
can't say my family. Man, I think I would do anything to help people. I think that's something. Like I'm not one of those guys that's gonna watch somebody get stabbed to death and stand there and film it.
Mhm.
Like I don't understand that. I would have to jump in. I don't have a choice. But I would do something to help someone. If I saw someone getting hurt or whatever, I would definitely jump in to try to help. Like I don't know if that's the most interesting answer, but it's true. I protect my people, my business. And I don't want to make my decisions based on fear. That's the whole concept of love and fear.
Mhm.
And you're making your decisions on things. If you let fear govern what you're going to do, you're not going to do anything great. You gotta be tough enough to suck at what you're doing long enough to be good at it, and then keep plowing, keep going.
I love it.
I do too, bro. This has been amazing.
Yeah,
Again,
thank y'all
bro,
for
really
the time,
appreciate
man.
you.
My pleasure.
Massive fans.
Let's go spearfishing.
Let's go spearfishing.
He
Let's
said-
do that.
All the boys.
All the boys get down there.
He said, "I want to see you again.
Oh,
And I'm stuck in colder weather. Maybe tomorrow
He
will
hates
be
it.
better.
He's like, fuck.
Can I call you then?"
That's one of my favorites.
Is it?
I've been waiting to write a song that's the follow up to that, and that is the song.
Oh,
song,
really?
The song
There's
is
a-
our follow up. That new song I was telling you about. That's the follow up to Colder Weather.
So there's a sequel.
There's a sequel.
Nice.
Oh, that's sick. That is
Yeah.
It
awesome.
comes out the 17th,
Yep.
October.
Yep.
Let's go.
It's
Yeah.
gonna be the best Spooktober.
And what's
ever.
that? What's that song called?
The Sum.
The Sum.
SUM.
All right.
Do you have any special feelings about the holiday Halloween?
I love Halloween.
Do you?
It's my favorite holiday.
Are you serious?
Favorite.
Oh, buddy, we're a Spooktober podcast.
If you would have came next week, this bus would have been decked
Yeah,
out.
cobwebs, fake
I
blood,
love
Spooktober,
Halloween.
crush it.
Love Halloween.
Really?
Love it.
Do you still go to haunted
I
houses?
mean, I'm covered in Day for the Dead artwork. It's all the way. This whole arm is all. I got Dead Bob right here, Bob Marley. That whole Dia de los Muertos, Day of the Dead, Halloween world is my
Let's
jam.
go. I love it, man.
Oh, let's
I'm
go.
a huge.
Embrace
That's the
Spooktober.
outfit that we wore. So
That's you?
That's me. So that whole suit was airbrushed with blacklight paint. So it looked like a normal blue suit playing. But then we're playing, and literally you hit to turn the lights off and the black lights on, and then we're human skeletons playing
No
music.
That's
Yeah.
badass.
That's one of our gigs. The whole band was like that. I was tied into a harness. They picked 4 of us up off the ground, and I would like fly out over the crowd in the
No
freaking
way.
skeleton suits.
Dog, that is awesome. I can't believe
Sphere
it took us
is
this long.
all the gags and stuff we've pulled on steroids because nobody's about to expect what we're doing there. That's what we look like under black lights. We all had
I was
custom
gonna say,
masks
might
that were
have to get out
made.
there,
Dude,
bro.
that is so awesome.
Yeah.
The Sphere. If this is anything what the Sphere is gonna be like, it's gonna be 10 out of 10.
It's gonna be sick.
What any Halloween traditions you have?
We used to do like a trunk or treat
Okay.
at the kids and stuff. We used to just have all our friends come bring their cars and set up trick or treats and stuff like that around. But now the tradition is going over to Trillith, the neighborhood that my kid's mom lives in, and they have huge neighborhood. There's like 1,500 houses that are 10 feet apart from each other. So it's literally just fill up a trash bag
Yeah.
full of shit, you know. But when I was a kid, I would hide pods of candy all over everything. Like nobody
yeah.
told me as a kid I shouldn't eat all this garbage and stuff. So I was just going nuts with it.
Inventory for the
Yep.
sales.
Yeah, for real. At
inventory.
Halloween, yeah, you
He's
stocked
hustling
up.
the next week.
Yeah.
No doubt. Let's give a round of applause for Zach, man. This has been awesome.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Appreciate you, dude.
Great to meet
Been
you, man.
incredible.
Likewise.
Make sure you subscribe. Big hugs, tiny kisses.